All right, here we go. Wack100 back for a second interview.
What's up, Vlad? What's up, Vlad?
Man, you always kicking up dust?
Man, a little bit. Just a little bit.
I just want to ask, man, as someone who's financially successful in a lot of different categories, from music to business deals, like your whole diaper situation, to your artists, to everyone you work with, why are you still like going on platforms and doing interviews and everything else like that? Because that seems to be like a priority still in what you do.
The platforms I go on is because I know it's people down there that was once just like me. That's what I was like, right? And a lot of them need somebody to mentor them or just ask a question, you know what I mean? Or just, you know, it's some people down there, bro, that I've ran into that was like on the verge of suicide, you know, that we was able to talk to and help out and assist. So, you know, I'm not a trust fund baby, Vlad. I don't come from the top. You know, unfortunately, right, I know what it is in the mud. And the sad part about it is I'm comfortable in the mud. So I don't mind going back down there and mingling just with the people. You know what I mean? So I go to the top, I do what I gotta do, oversee what I gotta oversee. But I know it's voices, I hear echoes, and those echoes are coming from voices that's down there. So those platforms like Clubhouse is like, I go on there and I make myself accessible to the people. And I've learned that when you do that, they respect what you say. And you saw it, because you was a little skeptical, right? I said, Vlad, my side of Clubhouse is ran a little different.
Yeah, I was just on Clubhouse, you know, and my whole thing for everyone who's ever on my show, like my policy across the board is if you do my show, if you then ask me to go on your platform, I'll always say yes.
Cool.
Just out of basic respect. I feel that's fair. You come do me, I'll come do you, no Diddy, and we keep it moving.
Gotcha.
Good answer, by the way. I like the way you answered that. That was dope. All right, we got a lot to talk about. We can't start off anything else without talking about Kendrick Lamar versus Drake.
Yeah, man.
Right now, May 10th, 2024, who won?
Kendrick.
Okay.
I called the overall. I caught heat because as it was going on, I was like, yo, Drake is up, right? Because I managed the game as a West Coast dude, and we're dealing with diss rap. I'm used to a certain approach, right? And Kendrick, I think he was feeding his core audience and feeding his conscious community, and then boom, he drops the hammer and gives us a West Coast joint. But the reason why overall I'm saying Kendrick won is because I didn't think I would see what I'm seeing. Kendrick's up 48% on his streams. Drake's down 5%. Right?
Okay.
Drake got 1 million dislikes on his last song posted on his YouTube.
Yeah, the Hard Part 6, which I thought was probably the weakest song in the battle.
Yeah, right. There's been some things going on at his home.
Yeah.
People writing on his stores in London. You know, Kendrick's name was his titles. People in clubs playing Kendrick's joint and screaming obscenities about Drake in the background. I've never seen Drake take this type of backlash. Fucking Ebro. Ebro doing interviews saying Kendrick is what the face of hip hop represents and not Drake. Their questioning is Drake, is he part of the culture? I've never seen Drake under this type of scrutiny, but it's no backlash on Kendrick. So all the pluses on Kendrick's side, all the minuses on Drake's side. Drake's still who he is to me, but when we look at this, if we erase this situation going on, Drake wouldn't be experiencing any of this.
I mean, yeah, if we stopped right now, if the Heart Part 6 was the last song in this battle, I would say that Kendrick won it.
But, Vlad, he can't come back with another song.
No, he could.
I'm going to tell you why.
He could.
He said...
Anyone could come back.
No. He said, after this, I'm done, this. He says all these things, right? Now, none of us knew the backlash was going to be what we're seeing it today. Now, if he comes back with another song, and Kendrick has never responded to his last song, it's gonna look like pressure made him respond. It's like, what are you responding to? There's no other song. He'll look crazy right now.
But there's been moments in this battle, like for example, when Kendrick Lamar dropped Euphoria, he then dropped 616 in LA without waiting for Drake to respond. You see what I'm saying? So you've seen these kind of multiple back-to-back songs coming from various people. And if you think about it, I mean, even Drake did the same thing. He dropped Push-Ups, then he dropped Tailor-Made Freestyle without waiting for Kendrick to respond.
Kendrick was taking too long. So if J. Cole came and dropped something and joined it right now, how would he look?
Well, he already bowed out.
Well, Drake bowed out.
But then again, I mean,
Drake bowed out. Don't switch it up now.
But based on my original statement, if J. Cole came in with just a monster record, say, you know something, fuck that. Fuck this apology shit. Rah. Hey, it's not like J. Cole can't do it. He hasn't done it yet. I mean, that one record was weak. And he knew it was weak, which is why he apologized.
Yeah.
And, in retrospect, a lot of people are saying that J. Cole's the only smart one because he's not the one that's getting everything dragged out of his personal life, because this is the most gossipy battle in rap history.
That's exactly what it is.
Hands down.
Drake being attacked with no real facts.
I mean, they're both kind of being attacked. They're both kind of being attacked with no facts.
But that tells you what the social media do. Once the people pick it up, whoever these people may be, they could be the little dweeb dude sitting up in Maine with bifocals, 100 pounds. If he leaves a comment, they're gonna say, the people. Everybody has the same worth, right, in that comment section. So as of right now, I say Kendrick's won right now. You're saying if Drake drops something else,
it might shift. It might. But right now, Kendrick won it. And when you talk about all the gossip, look, Kendrick said that Drake has a secret daughter.
I heard that.
Are you saying that's true?
When I heard Kendrick say it, and I knew that people were calling around trying to get information, right? And after Kendrick delivered that, and I seen Drake go on his Instagram, which is a goddamn, you know what that is? That's a light.
Yeah.
And say, what daughter?
Yeah.
I instantly knew Drake fed Kendrick some bullshit.
Okay.
Because if we hear something, be like, that we know the truth to be true, right? We're gonna say, oh shit.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go to our platform and highlight it unless we know.
Total bullshit.
It's total BS. The minute he put what daughter up there, it amplified everything Kendrick just said. Everybody's like, okay, now where's the daughter?
Right.
Now we got to do the math here. You're saying this is a child that he doesn't claim, doesn't take care of, and since then there's been another child.
Well. They're saying that he doesn't claim, but chances are he probably does take care of the child if it's actually true, which is why it's been quiet. Because think about it. When Pusha T brought up the whole thing with Adonis, he didn't say, what son? It was like, all right, here's my son. But with the whole daughter thing, look, lots of dudes out there have kids that no one knows about. For example, when Dr. Dre was going through his divorce, one of the accusations was that this one white girl who lives in some mansion that he bought has a kid by him, and you've never heard her say anything. Not saying it's true, but these types of things happen. People have secret kids, and they pay off the baby mothers to just be quiet.
Hold on. It's not a secret. See, they call it a secret kid because the world thinks because you're a celebrity, you're supposed to tell them everything.
Yeah.
Right? Some people don't want people to know certain things because of things they've been through, right? But the fact that Drake himself went and said, what daughter?
Yeah, help me find her.
Yeah, right? He's not gonna put any more light on that, and knowing it's the possibilities, right? That somebody could pop up with his daughter, right? Drake's not stupid. He's not a dummy.
No.
Right? So, and he talked about it in his last record, He's like, I fed you a bunch of, I fed you this, fed you that. But, they called him pedophile.
That was the big one. I feel like, you can file a lawsuit over that.
Definitely.
Yeah. That is standard defamation.
Definitely.
Standard defamation with someone who has money that you could actually sue.
Because it could definitely hurt them.
100%.
No, yeah. And this is why they like, well, Wack, you put the clip up that Kendrick was referring to, the 17-year-old on the stage. I said, I put the clip up to show you that this is what Kendrick referring to. If you slide it, it shows that it was in Colorado. The legal age of consent, right, is 17. Y'all saying she was 17. Then I also put the federal clip up to break down on the federal law is 18.
Yeah.
But this is 14 years ago, and the statute of limitations to this thing is 10 years. So either way you look at it, right? Even if it's distasteful, he's not a pedophile.
Well, yeah, and I think the girl actually spoke up, and she said, number one, Drake didn't pick me out. His crew goes and picks out girls from the audience and brings them on stage, and he had no say in this. Brought her on stage. He doesn't know who she is. He doesn't know how old she is.
She was there with her father.
She was there with her father.
And Drake was like 22, 23. It wasn't like it was 37-year-old Drake. Like that what I was trying to establish, this is not 37-year-old Drake and a 17-year-old.
Right, right.
Because you know when people say that, it's like right now.
Yeah.
You just did that right now. And it wasn't
Not at all.
true.
Kendrick also called Drake a snitch.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I guess there was a situation where like Drake got robbed in Toronto or something, and they're saying he cooperated, but then once again he said show the paperwork, and there is no paperwork.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know either. And there was all types of buzz over this. I guess like the dude that robbed him ended up getting killed and something. It's like a whole big messy situation, some Toronto shit that I'm not even familiar with.
But the power of Kendrick has been tested because what he has said is law, regardless that nothing's been shown.
Yeah.
The girl hasn't been produced, the paperwork hasn't been produced. So that lets you know right now, he's the voice. He's the voice of hip hop right now.
Well, yeah, he also called Drake a colonizer, which is the new culture vulture term. I've been called a colonizer every day since then.
I fight that all the time. I fight that all the time because this morning I was on Clubhouse and they was like, how do you feel about it? I'm like, yo, bro, hip hop is made of many different things, many different instruments, right? Let's say you have the talent, but no distribution.
Yeah.
The talent, but no funding. The funding and distribution and no talent. So it takes all of it to come together for us to even recognize and understand and be able to respect or even know or like what hip hop's supposed to be, right? So nobody's saying, I can't do business with you because you're Jewish or you're white, and this is hip hop. Because hip hop is just a form of music, right? The Beastie Boys were hip hop.
Yep.
Eminem is hip hop, right? Fat Joe is hip hop. It's a bunch of people that are non-African or non-Black American, right? That's a part of hip hop. And I don't put race in it. Vlad, your platform, whether they like it or not, this platform has been instrumental with a lot of people in hip hop elevating their career, elevating their status, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool when we're utilizing it, but then we want to speak against it once we got something out of it. I just don't see it that way. You know what I mean? It's a lot of moving parts in this, and anything and everybody that has any involvement, right, with the movement of hip hop is who I'm going to respect as being part of hip hop.
Well, and then, Kendrick said that Drake shouldn't use the N-word anymore. And then
Drake Daddy knows bigger than all of ours. He's a Negro. It doesn't matter if he came up under the Jewish teachings and whatever. His mother's Jewish, if what I'm understanding, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And I believe is his daddy like from the States, Tennessee?
It's from Memphis, I think.
Memphis or something, right? So at the end of the day, like, brother, his daddy is Black American, right? So, of course, he's gonna learn the ways of his mother's world and the ways of his father's world. So you're just erasing who his father is. His dad is with him a lot. It ain't like his dad is non-existent in his life. I go to concerts, backstage with Drake, and his pops is there. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, it's just people saying things like, you know, because find a Black American that's 100% African. You're not gonna find one. Black Americans are called that because it identifies us for who we are and who we aren't. Yes, we are of African descent, right? Now, I can go get a Nigerian dude and a Nigerian female who could show you 20 generations of just being straight Nigerian. If I go test my DNA, Native American, French, all kind of shit comes up. So all of us got some mix in us.
Yeah.
If we're looking at it like that, you just can't say, well, we're gonna hold it against you.
Well, yeah, when Drake dropped Family Matters, it starts off with his mother saying, when you do the next song, I don't think you should say, and he just dropped the N-word. It's like, fuck that, I'm saying it. He kept saying it all throughout the record, and it was like, nah, you're not going to juke me out of my comfort zone here. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
We've never scrutinized Drake for being a brother. Never. I mean, yo, what would it been? What, 13 years, 14?
Yeah, it's been a while.
13, 14
years. It's been a long run.
We've never scrutinized Drake for being a brother. But once again, it shows the power of Kendrick. That's what it shows. And what I have to give a salute to, I remember when Top Dog sent Kendrick out on tour with Drake. Drake had 3-4 tour buses. Kendrick had a Sprinter van. Was opening up for Kendrick. 10, 15,000 seaters, right? We talking about, I don't know, 09, 10, somewhere in there, right? When Kendrick first came out, right? So to see the opening act and the ringing with the headliner, wait, and the world favorably saying that, yo, the guy that wants to open an act, we're crowning the king of this. We can't say the overall because Drake was already ahead of the game when Kendrick came in, right? So we don't know what those numbers look like, right? Even the 48% increase on Kendrick and the 5% drop on Drake, that 5% drop in that 48, Drake could still overall, whatever those numbers be, still be stronger than him in his daily streams, right? They're not talking about that, so I'm assuming that because when they're looking at that, they're gonna look at everything. Okay, Kendrick's up 40%, Drake's down 5%, but then, oh my God, Kendrick's even ahead of him on overall. They didn't mention it.
Yeah, no, look, if you look at the Spotify charts right now, Not Like Us is the #1 song. It's at 7 million streams. The #3 song is Euphoria, 3.3 million. You got to go all the way, then Like That, which is Kendrick featured on it, 2.5 million. You got to go all the way down. And then Meet the Grams is like #8, 2 million. You got to go to #10 to Family Matters. That's the first Drake record on the charts at 1.7 million. So Kendrick has like 4 records over Drake right now as we're speaking.
Right now.
I mean, the people have spoken.
Yeah, the people have spoken.
People have spoken.
Now.
But
them saying, yo, Drake's no more, he's finished.
He's not finished. That catalog is obscene.
Yeah.
Obscene. He could tour for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I can't.
Well, Drake responded and he called Kendrick a woman beater. And there's little videos floating around, like this one, there's a
something in Vegas
podcast
or something
in Vegas where someone saw Kendrick get into some sort of physical altercation with his fiance. He said that Kendrick's child ain't really his; it's really Dave Free's.
Yeah, the second child.
Yeah, the second child.
I seen that. He showed that she was following Dave Free, and I guess Dave Free was maybe put a comment or emoji up under a picture of her and the kid.
Which doesn't mean anything.
No, because if it is Kendrick's kid, then Dave Free should put something respectful up under it. But I guess she's not following Kendrick.
Which means
she's
nothing.
Following Dave Free.
Which means nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know, is Dave Free following her?
I don't know.
See, I didn't know it that way. And even if he is, right, as close as Kendrick and Dave Free are, right, he probably wouldn't mind his buddy still keeping a pretty good rapport, you know, if he's going through something with her. You know?
Yeah, no, last time
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, last time I saw Kendrick, the We Gonna Be Alright video, Dave was there and so was Kendrick's fiance, like right there. You know, we walked over to the little, you know, the truck that they were, hanging out by. Yeah, they were all right there together. It was all, they were all rocking with each other. People put a lot of, they analyze follows or likes or whatever. It's just a follow. It's just a like. It's nothing. Show me a DNA test. That's not his kid. Or show me this kid looks drastically different than the other kid. Totally, completely different set of features or whatever else. And look, and then I think Drake tried to kind of pull the Kendrick move and say, you're the black messiah, wifing up a mixed queen, and, you want light-skinned kids. Our kids should play together. A couple of light-skinned kids, it'll be cute.
Kendrick's baby mother's.
Yeah, his fiance.
Yeah, is he married or?
He's not. Well, Drake says he's not married. He said that he proposed in 2015, but they never actually
Okay, so
got married.
His fiance, I believe she's his high school. She's his high school.
High school,
sweetheart.
yeah, high school sweetheart.
Right. And the problem with those type of situations. Not saying it happens to everybody, but when you're with somebody from high school, and then you turn into something else, they're gonna always see you as the person they know from high school.
Yeah.
Right? And the person you turn into, you might become a little more authoritative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might be a little more demanding because of your position, and you got people that work for you now, and you're doing pretty good with your finances and who you are in the world. And then you'll look over here, you start to feel like, I can't never change her because she's never gonna see me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Kendrick's a real humble dude. I don't know what that situation is. I didn't know he was like living in New York.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. Living the bachelor life, Drake was claiming he moved to. I don't know. I've never seen any girls come out and say, yeah, I mess with Kendrick.
Yeah, the Kendrick I know, he's real quiet, real subtle dude, respectful dude.
Yeah.
He don't say too much. He's not into designer clothes. He's not into none of that. He just kind of like, he's always a dude that's over there. He's the quietest dude in the room.
Yeah.
He's always been like that, so.
I've been around him. I've had conversations with him. Like, he doesn't talk much.
No.
Literally, like, we're having conversations, me, him, and Dave Free. Me and Dave are doing all the talking pretty much. And Kendrick's just kind of, he's kind of laughing along. And, he's there, but he's not really adding to the conversation.
That's always been him. The crazy part about it is Kendrick really grew up in a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
Protective neighborhood, but a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? And shout out to those brothers over there. He grew up in the West Side Paru area in Compton because they made sure he stayed grounded, that he didn't get snatched into it. You know what I mean? And people need to know that because a lot of cats, when it comes to the gang life, we get that negative shit. You know what I mean? All the what's amplified. But Kendrick's he's a living proof that you can grow up over there and the community and the streets and the gang members will protect you and make sure you don't get caught up in this. Right? So it's a different thing going on. I don't know if it's just gonna go away as far as the music. Do I want to see Drake drop something? I don't think he should, but I do want to see him drop something. Everyone wants to see him drop something. I don't think he should, but I do, because I know Kendrick's over there with a loaded clip.
Oh, I'm sure he's got a whole bunch of. Remember how fast he dropped when he dropped "Meet the Grams"? Like Kendrick dropped I think 10 minutes later.
Yeah, he's releasing. He's playing, based off what Drake released. However you come, I'm gonna come this way. And he locked when he released that West Coast, yo man, you got people in the church dancing.
Not like us. I actually got it wrong. I meant when Drake dropped "Family Matters," Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams like right afterwards. Like he wouldn't even let that song breathe. It was like, now here you go.
Gotta load the clip.
Gotta load the clip.
Gotta load the clip. Because in the long run, Kendrick's gonna out-rap him anyway.
Yeah,
Drake, I thought, would out-song him.
Yeah.
But now Kendrick's out-songing him. That's songs in the clubs.
Now, I've always compared this, I've been saying this in a couple of interviews. I really think there's a lot of similarities between the Jay-Z and Nas beef. Because like Jay-Z, Drake can make great, club records, pop records, party records. They're well produced. He raps on beat. He can flip, everything else like that. Nas is a little more rough around the edges, but he says deeper things. Like lyrically, Nas is at a different level than Jay. And I think that's the same thing is kind of happening. You know what I mean? Like the Drake records, I think are better overall club records. They sound cool. They have more replay value, kind of like how Back to Back was.
Yeah.
But Kendrick is saying some shit. And that's ultimately what's going to resonate.
The shit he's saying, usually he's saying some shit. But they're taking it like that's just what it is. Like, I know Drake got to be sitting back going crazy like, yo, what are y'all talking about? What kid? What cases? What paperwork? Like, I know he's going crazy. Yeah. This is why I'm saying Kendrick is the voice of hip hop. Because all he has to do is say it.
And it's there.
That's it.
And it's there. And look, what I think is the real reason that the rap beef is over is because Drake's bodyguard got shot at his house. Now we have actual serious violence.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with this.
I'm not saying it does, but it does.
No.
You're saying that this is a total coincidence, that out of nowhere, his bodyguard gets shot in front of his house.
Brother.
Remember, he also dissed The Weeknd, who's from Canada, called him a drug addict, a bum from the north side or something.
So when we talking about the rap beef, we've already narrowed it down to Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah, but Drake went at a bunch of people.
No, but Kendrick didn't say Weeknd get on this song, right? He didn't. So the rap beef, as far as we concerned.
But didn't The Weeknd jump on a Metro Boomin song and diss Drake?
He definitely did.
So the beef is, I'm just saying the overall beef is over because Drake just had one of his people shot.
But
that's all I'm saying.
But the beef has already
Not to
been
say who knows behind it.
down to Kendrick and Drake. We didn't forgot about Future, Metro Boomin. We didn't forget Ross was over there trolling.
A$AP Rocky.
We didn't forgot about all those. We didn't forgot about all those dudes, right? And I don't know what brought that on, and it's other things going on because another manager down here, it was a shooting over there.
Oh, you talking about
right?
EXO, the dude from EXO. What's his name?
I believe he's tied to. Yeah,
was the Weeknd's manager?
He's tied to Weeknd, right?
Yeah, there's that.
So you got that going on, but we don't know what's going on. He just happened to be his management team. We don't know what he got going on. Why is it over the weekend? People were blaming Drake for that shit. I know Drake's not. He's rapping. That's not him, right? But then we got a thing way up here in Canada. And the first thing I see is Kendrick Lamar being sought out for questioning. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Kendrick is not sending someone over the border to go shoot up Drake's house. Man. You know what's crazy to me, though, is the fact that Drake doesn't live in a gated community. That was mind-blowing to me.
That was a trip.
Mind-blowing. Because you can't go shoot up my house. You got to go through
You gotta go
through a gate. You got to give them your ID. Yeah. There's cameras everywhere. There's patrol, security. You can't do it.
I don't know.
You can't do it. The fact that you could actually pull up to Drake's house and
not even gated in the front?
I'm sure there is, but I think it's on a public street though.
Oh yeah.
See, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to have double gates.
Yeah.
You can have the gate in the front, but you also need the guard gate.
That's real.
I wouldn't live in a non-guard gated community at this point in my life. That's just where I am in life.
Maybe he thought
I'm just glad. Like
maybe he thinks he's Drake.
Yeah, I'm the king of Canada. Who's gonna shoot up my house?
Somebody definitely shot
up his house. Yeah, exactly. It was a drive-by, I heard.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Did his security have on a vest?
Well, I'm not sure, but but I read that his security was rushed to the hospital and put into surgery right away. Now, I'm assuming, since it hasn't been announced that security died, that he probably made it. But that's still, I heard he was like in critical condition. I heard it was like a situation where they had to fix him up right away.
Drake is taking L's everywhere.
Yeah, then people are breaking into his house. You know, like where there's been two situations where people have been like,
security shot up at the house.
Yeah, the store sprayed up. They not like us.
Trying to burn down the house.
Yeah, no, it's wild, man.
Yo, this is his.
It's wild. It's a wild time. But then we forget there was the Chris Brown Quavo beef.
We forgot about that.
We forgot about that. Who do you think won that?
Quavo's not a fucking battle rapper, and Chris Brown being the R&B singer, I give him a little of the edge because people was like, yo, CB got bars. He got bars. I still don't understand what that was about because it couldn't have been over Karrueche. No.
It was about Sweetie, right? Sweetie and Karrueche?
They said it was over Karrueche.
Well, and it was also about Sweetie because Chris claimed that he was messing with Sweetie.
But I don't think Quavo tripping that.
People use their exes against each other.
I don't think Quavo...
Well, the whole thing is dumb because neither one of them are with any of these girls.
They have no children.
No.
The girls that moved on.
Yeah, Sweetie's with YG. Karrueche is living her best life. She don't want to be... Neither girl is trying to be part of it.
No. I think Karrueche had like restraining orders and shit.
This is true.
So I can't see CB being emotional about her. But maybe he was crazy about her.
He was crazy about her. Yeah, remember he got into it with like Tyson Beckford?
Yeah, I tell you one person...
Because Tyson just took a picture with her.
I'll tell you one person he didn't get into it with about her was The Game.
Right, because The Game liked one of her pictures.
He screamed her name.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The song
we talked about that in our last
Jeremiah.
interview. Yeah, we talked about it. He said him and Chris are cool. He ain't
No,
tripping
they
off
cool.
that. Yeah.
But when he did it, I was like, oh shit, how is he gonna take this? And we didn't hear nothing. I knew Chris was gonna flip out, but he did. Maybe he thought the Game was trolling him or whatever. I don't think Game has had any involvement with Karrueche.
No, he didn't. But didn't Drake shout out Chris Brown? He said, you know who even bang I said out there is CB?
Chris Brown, YG, and The Game. And when he did that, I was like...
Oh, Chuck T is... Oh!
It's Chuck Taylor.
Oh, I was wondering who Chuck T was. Okay,
Chuck
sorry. Thanks for clearing that up.
So, when he did that,
YG,
I was like...
Game, and Chris Brown.
I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's all Compton. That's Chris Brown's claiming a Compton gang. YG's from a Compton gang. Game is, arguably one of the forefathers of Compton when it comes to music and so on and so forth. So when he said that, I was like, oh, shit. Because, we got the TDE factor, which Kendrick's not signed to TDE, but still top is standing with Kendrick.
Yeah.
And then we have the Drake factor with Drake then showed us mad love doing songs and videos, but Kendrick has too, right? So we got the whole family thing that's been here when it comes to Kendrick and Top and TDE. Then you got the thing over here with Drake to where Drake's always showed us love and respect and favor. So Game is kind of like in the middle of it. So when he shouts Game out, you can't really say nothing about it, but as you question, what are you doing? Are you antagonizing Kendrick? But then again, we're cool. So what is it? You know what I'm saying?
It's messy.
As a motherfucker.
It's messy.
Yeah.
I've always meant to ask you this. What exactly is the whole story behind Chris Brown claiming blood? I never understood this because Chris is from Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And when he came out, he was still a teenager. And it seems like this thing came as an adult after he was already a multimillionaire. Am I right?
Definitely. He definitely did some things in reverse. When people in this situation would run from it, that come from that, he ran to it.
Right.
Now, Years ago, when people would ask me this, I wouldn't acknowledge him. But Chris Brown has been about 10 years of him been standing on, I'm from Fruittown, Pyro.
Well, he's not from Fruittown, Pyro.
Oh, he's from Fruittown, Pyro.
He's from Virginia.
No. Chris Brown, and it's coming out of my mouth, is from Fruittown, Pyro. It's a guy over there, the same guy that brought Soulja Boy, Chris Brown. He's associated with Kyrie Irving. It's a little guy over there, real little guy, named Wackstar.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Right?
Not personally, but I know of him.
Yeah, on Bompton on Instagram, right? Yeah. That's, all of them came through him, right? Now, I'm going to enlighten you a little more. Rick Ross, you've heard him mention a guy named Big Duck, one of his security guards, right? That's Wackstar's dad.
Okay.
Big Duck is a G homie to all us Pyros, period. So when you got that dynamic there, right? And Chris Brown, for the last decade, at one point in time, I wouldn't acknowledge him as that because I come from that, right? But for the last, he ain't playing with it. By now, like most dudes would have been retreated. When you see him, he got homies with him. You go to his house, he got homies with him. He moving with the homies. He functioning with the homies. He programmed with the homies, the ones he fuck with, regardless of where they from, right? So, you know, I don't take him for granted when it come to that. You know, if somebody asks me, you know, if Chris Brown's from Pyro, I'm gonna acknowledge him today. Years ago, I wouldn't have. Right now, is he Game? No, Game come from that. Is he fucking Kendrick? No, Kendrick comes from that. But he has done the things that he needed to do from what I'm seeing and understanding, you know, to get his respect when it come to that. So I definitely acknowledge that's where he's from. Now, yeah, he's from Virginia or whatever, but he rooted in Fruittown Pyro, and the Fruittown Pyros is embracing him, and he hasn't done anything that I know of to go against that, to violate that. So as far as Wack is concerned, I acknowledge him as a Pyro.
But what does that mean to a multi-million-dollar adult?
You gotta ask him that, because
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not
coming from that, right? I try to create my divisions and my walls, right? I'ma always be that. But we were trying to get out of it. We were trying to break out of it. CB broke into it. So I don't know. Maybe it's in his heart. You know, maybe, you know, I know what it feels like to just, that's your mentality. You know, I come from that as a youth when I was younger. So I don't know. That's a question for CB. Like, what is it doing for you, or what's your drive to that? You know, maybe you just love the homies. Maybe you love the life.
I mean, he's not the first one to do it. Lil Wayne did it. And, you know, I remember I interviewed Terrence Gangsta Williams, and he said he hates that Wayne does that, but it's not like he could really say anything. He's like, that's not us. You know, he's New Orleans, you know, uptown. You know, Terrence, you know, Gangsta Williams admitted to 40 bodies. Mm-hmm. I've never heard anyone say that on film before.
Well, you know, he
40 bodies.
He did what he had to do. Well, he ain't got to go back for them 40 bodies.
No, he doesn't.
He did some time. He did some cooperating.
Yeah, he cooperated. And you know, and he admits to it. He doesn't duck it. Yeah. But he said that that's not a New Orleans thing. Maybe now, but not back then. And he's like, I don't like it, but hey, who am I to tell this multimillionaire what to do?
But you know, you got to ask yourself, did their transition happen when he was free or when he was in prison?
Who?
Terrence. Right?
What transition?
What he's talking about with Lil Wayne, right? Was he on the street when they started?
No.
Okay,
yeah,
so
Terrence was probably in prison when Wayne started to, you know.
Things changed, things happen. You know, Wayne, the whole Cash Money family over there. You know, Birdman.
You know, he reps with a 5-star thing, and, you know, listen, he's fully embraced it.
But you know, this thing we talking about, you know, you can land in Europe and see it.
It's worldwide.
In the UK, and see it. It's everywhere.
See it in Asia.
Yeah, I remember the first time I seen it on television, where I really paid attention, There was a white kid banging in Little Rock. You remember that? There was a little white kid. I think he might have, I don't know if he was a Crip or a Blood, but I was sitting there and I'm listening to him and he was serious. And I said, yo, this shit didn't move like crack. It then got rooted everywhere. And people have took it and created their own uniqueness to fit them. You know, certain things they do, their handshakes, certain things they say, it's to fit them. The base of it is this. And what did it do for somebody like me? Let me know. You can't leave California and go to Nebraska and go to Texas and go over here pushing that because the feds, when 9/11 hit, classified gang members right along with the terrorists. This is what these people don't know.
Yeah,
right. And the minute they say, well, you know, the dude in Tennessee say, yeah, the big homie Wack is the one that such and such, such. At that point in time, now I got to fight those kind of charges. It's not down here on the state level anymore. It's not just you on the gang files. It's not that. It's not just a simple enhancement. Now you dealing with, you know, organized crime. Thug.
Yeah. It's been 2 years since he got arrested.
And there's going to be another 2.
Easy. That trial's not ending anytime soon.
And let's hope he doesn't get a mistrial.
It'll start over.
It starts over.
They're not going to drop it.
No.
And then there's going to be the appeal and the potential retrial from that. Like, I feel like, I remember I talked to George Sheedy. He's like the one, like this Atlanta, journalist that really kind of broke the story. He called us 2 weeks before Thug got arrested. He was like, this is about to happen. And we didn't know. We're like, okay. And then it happened. We're like, oh, shit. This guy called it. In fact, the crazy part was he called Thug's dad to warn him that this is about to happen. And Thug's dad kind of said, whatever. You would think that with a warning like that, he would tell his son, yo, make sure your house is clean. There's no guns. There's no drugs. Because they found guns and drugs in Thug's house and they arrested him.
And silencers.
Yeah, exactly.
Which have not been added to the state case. Which means after the trial, and if it's a mistrial, then another trial.
They'll pull it out.
Whatever. Then whatever happens on the state, then you got Mr. FBI saying, we got these machine guns and silencers, and and we believe the guns was there to protect the drugs, so come see us. Thug got like at least another 3 to 4 years of just dealing with court.
Yeah.
Unless something pops up and the whole case is dismissed.
Don't think that's going to happen.
And even if that happens,
I just don't think it's going to happen. And I have nothing against Thug. I don't know him. I never met him. I just think that there's too much evidence. There's too many cooperators.
A lot of cooperants.
Too many people, too much money invested in this case to just toss it out. Nah, it's going to go through. You know, everyone else pretty much took plea deals.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to, but they want Thug.
They want Thug.
Yes. Right now when we're talking, Blueface is in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And you blame Chrisean Rock for his arrest.
No, I blame Blueface because ultimately, whatever it was, he had to make the decision. But, and I can't even blame Rock. Rock, with no disrespect, she's in a world that she never knew existed. She comes from a struggle. When we found her, she was homeless. She never showed any signs of being responsible or even maturity. She was just figuring it out. So as a man, if you do have some sense of responsibility to yourself, you have to know what you're dealing with, and never could you allow that type of situation to make decisions, right? That could be that detrimental in your life, right? So, you know, Rock does things, but they could be controlled. His decisions ultimately come down to him.
Because it was a probation violation, right?
Yeah.
Because he went back to Vegas? He wasn't supposed to go?
Went back to Vegas. Well, I told him to stay out of Vegas. We were fighting the attempted murder. Wasn't supposed to go. Came out, we did the Floyd thing. That was work. Got him right back out of there. And I guess a week later, because he not going to tell me, I think she wanted to go to Vegas. He tells her, Wack told me I need to stay out of Vegas. Case going on. She hits him with the, is that your daddy type shit. Instead of him like not paying that any attention and knowing that whatever Wack's telling me in this type of situation is to help me, not hurt me. He ended up going back to Vegas, and Rock, it was a fan because I watched the whole video footage. It's a fan that said, Rock, we love you, but we hate him. Pointing at Blueface. This is you guys' persona. This is what you got to sell into the public. Rock pregnant all, took off on the girl. Girl has the phone. Blueface thinking, let me kill the footage, grabs the phone to get rid of the footage, but because the phone was over $700, $800, boom, they hit him with a robbery. He gave the phone back at the scene, like 30 seconds later. They hit him with a robbery. The robbery violates the California case that we just took probation on that has something to do with his baby mama, right? So now I'm trying to get the robbery beat. We dead bang on 32 cameras. They drop it to a misdemeanor. I dropped it to a misdemeanor because we got 4 years mandatory prison time sitting in California if you catch any case anywhere after we took the deal. And this is the case. So I'm thinking, okay, I can't beat it. So let me at least get it reduced from felony to misdemeanor, right? So once we get it reduced from felony to misdemeanor, I'm hoping that when we get back to California, maybe we'll get some amnesty, right? So we get back, I got an excellent attorney, David Kessel. He goes in there. Remember, Blueface is supposed to get 4 years. Same type thing, Suge Knight, when he got to 9 years, he didn't get 9 years for the kick. That was just violated his joint suspension.
He violated probation, yeah.
Right? So whatever that was, they gave it to him. We go in there, Kessel pulls out a miracle. All right, I'm not gonna send him to prison for the 4 years. They're gonna give him 300 days in the county, right? With a late date release of July 3rd, right? Because we got it reduced to a misdemeanor in Vegas. So, you know, once again, I didn't beat about 5, 6 cases, freeway shootings, couple gun cases, attempted murder cases. Like, I didn't beat the cases, but when it comes down to it, ultimately, if he would have just said, yo, Rock, can't do Vegas right now. If you want to go ahead. He wouldn't be in jail right now.
I mean, the Chrisean Rock thing is so crazy. I mean, for example, and please pass this message along to her the next time you speak to her. Mm-hmm. Can you explain to her that if she doesn't get that tooth fixed permanently, she's going to lose all her teeth? The way the teeth work is that all the teeth hold each other in place. You remove one tooth for a long period of time, they'll start to collapse and start to all fall out. Whitney Houston was missing like 15 teeth by the time she died. She had all types of implants and whatever. Mm-hmm. Chrisean Rock will not be cute with no teeth.
Not at all.
I mean, even the one tooth looks crazy to me. I guess that's her thing, but like, she's going to lose all her teeth.
She has or has had the tooth to go there.
But she takes it out.
She takes it out.
So it's not a permanent tooth. Like, you can get an implant. What she needs is an implant.
The one that screws in there.
Well, yeah, it's a whole process. It takes a long process. You got to actually, like, I know someone that went through this. It's like a 6 or 8 month process where they put in a thing and then they got to put an implant in. They got to drill it in and whatever. But it becomes a permanent tooth.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're going to lose all your teeth.
You got to remember, man, her level of understanding when it comes to those things, she doesn't really grasp it. I'm hoping motherhood, well, I was hoping motherhood would have woke that up.
Are you managing her at all or no?
No. That's Blueface thing. I work with Blueface. So I get the calls. I don't think Rock is, she's not manageable.
Yeah.
Because she'll go along with it to get it started. And then as soon as you ain't looking, she gonna backdoor your ass and say, I got it, right? And then if you go at her, 'cause she's a female, then she gonna Meg Thee Stallion your ass.
Yeah.
So that's a situation where, you know, when you look at it, it just doesn't add up. Even though it's adding up, it doesn't add up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You couldn't pay me to manage Chrisean Rock. I don't care if it was $1 million a month.
She's gonna do what she wants to do.
I mean, yeah, I mean, remember there was that crazy situation where like she broke into Blueface's house and left a message in blood on his wall and took his Range Rover.
Took the G-Wagon.
I remember.
She took the G-Wagon.
She took the G-Wagon. There we go. And she was like,
we didn't know.
She was like, God got me. He's like, no, the devil got you. I have to report this car stolen. Like, you go to prison over this.
No, we didn't know at first. He called me. He said, yo, you got my car? I said, no, I don't got your car. Why would I have your car? He's like, it's gone. I'm like, okay, well, you need to call, report it stolen. If somebody does something, they're going to come looking for you.
Yeah.
So we're oblivious to who has it. Day and a half, 2 days later, we get a call. Country people on the phone. I'm like, yeah, who is this? This is Oklahoma Highway Patrol. I'm like, what part of Oklahoma? She's like, fucking 200-something miles east.
She drove
Tulsa.
from L.A. to Oklahoma in the G-Wagon.
No, she got pulled over. She's 100 miles east, right, of Tulsa. She's heading east.
What is that, like 900 miles or something?
No, 1,500 something.
Okay, 1,500 miles.
Yeah, Tulsa like 1,400, so she's like 1,500 miles from L.A., and they like, yeah, well, I'm like, well, how'd you find the car? So they tell us this such and such was driving it, and it was a controlled substance in the vehicle. Like, what the fuck is going on? Right? So the car sat there. I had to go through a bunch of stuff by the transport. Cost me like $7-8 grand impound fees. Just, we get the car back, it's thrashed. I don't know what the hell she was doing. She off-roaded it. Blueface already put the car on some damn low profiles to a point to where we had to just trade it in. Couldn't do nothing with it.
Just gave up on the car.
Yeah, just gave up on the motherfucker.
Well, Chrisean Rock accused you of sending robbers to Blueface's house. And I guess Blueface's dad was held at gunpoint in the house.
Yeah, but here goes the thing. Blueface.
Not that I'm saying it's true.
Blueface's dad always held at gunpoint.
What do you mean?
I can show you messages in my phone where his mother is communicating with him. Are you gonna make our son's court date today? Right? Because Blueface really wasn't communicating with her, but she knew the dad was cool. And he told her, this is in January, I got robbed at gunpoint this morning. I'm running late. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. It's in my phone, I swear to God.
That's wild.
So now we got 3-4 months later, he's robbed at gunpoint. And looking at things now, watching him, because I've been knowing him for a couple years now, and he's been behind the scenes. I don't know what the hell Rock and him got going on, but now he wants clout. Right? He's jumping into lives.
I mean, yeah, because Blueface's mom, I remember when I was leaving Hollywood Unlocked, she was coming in to get interviewed. And then I remember we saw each other coming in. I'm like, oh, what's up? Nice to meet you, whatever. Then I got a DM from her like, yo, I want to be up next. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm staying out of this.
And I keep telling her, Blueface's problem with his mother is, instead of her being a mother of a celebrity, she wants to be a celebrity mom. You know, she was way in Ohio.
Oh, she moved?
Yeah, probably about 9 months after we started moving with things, she popped up. And I think the pops got the bug down too, because when I'm like, so you telling me you're sitting in your car, somebody pulls a gun on you in the driveway, you're able to jump out of the car, run past the gunman, run in front of your car to the walkway, access the first gate to the courtyard, and then run to the door, put the code in the door, go in and lock the door, and the gunman was just oblivious to what was happening.
Yeah, man.
He don't wear jewelry. He don't wear. if the gunman was gonna use you to get back in the house, then he's not gonna let you. So it's. I don't know, man. Now I could be an asshole. I have power of attorney over everything. Everything. The home, the cars, the bank accounts. I got power of attorney over everything, right? But, I briefed Blueface on what's going on. And, the plan was for the house to be empty, his father to sit on the house. A few of his comrades boat in and drop by there 2-3 times a week. I go by there on Fridays, make sure things is cool. 5 days next, she popped up. She was in the studio. I talked to him on the phone, and like just the studio. 2 days later, she shows the motherfucking U-Haul over there. I'm like, yo, nephew, what you doing? This ain't the understanding, agreement. Oh, it's cool. I got control of it. Cool. Right? I'm not just gonna go in there and flex based on what I think is right because it's his house, right? Hopefully, it doesn't come back to bite him. I told her, you can't be on the run in 3-4 different states and going live, showing everybody where you at. Is just not smart. But the clout bug makes her forget about all these things and say, fuck it. That's why the police showed up. Right? So, at the end of the day, I'm anticipating going by there, changing the door and shit like that, because eventually they're gonna come. And they're gonna come how they gonna come.
Well, you've claimed that Megan Thee Stallion's career is over once a video of the altercation with her and Tory Lanez is exposed.
Yeah.
You've seen this video?
Well, I haven't seen it. Lego has seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No. Lego have seen it.
Legal is who?
They're legal. His legal team.
His legal team. Okay, Tory's legal
seen
team.
It. Another one of my close friends have seen it. We knew it existed, but they wouldn't allow it to come into court.
Why on earth would they not allow a video of the incident?
Because the person the video belonged to was a minor, and the parents was not given consent to release it. So they know the video exists.
Wait. So there's a minor in the video?
Minor was recording, so it's the minor's phone.
Okay.
Real like 15, 16, some shit like that.
And she recorded the actual shooting incident?
She recorded it from, I guess she saw Tory from the light, right? So she was recording the car. None of it, she got it from them on the first stop, on up to whatever happened in the car, to the SUV stopping, to this person getting out, to this person getting out, to the other person getting out, to the shooting happening, shows everything. So if it doesn't, the only reason why it hasn't come out like that, because if it comes out like that, it won't be admissible in court. So they're working with their parents, they're Asian people. They don't want no parts of this. They think the daughter's gonna be exploited, exposed, and all this type of shit going on. So they're working with that. If they don't agree, it's gonna eventually come out anyway. It's gonna make its way out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look, the last 2 years or so, I have stated publicly that based on everything that I have seen and know and what's out there, to me, it's relatively clear that Tory is going to go to prison. And I remember Tory, when I've said this publicly, he DM'd me trying to figure out what I know. And I'm like, bro, I don't know anything, but it's clear what's happening. You have a victim that's going to take the stand against you. Tony Yayo has said this on my show. He said in the whole history of the hood, he's never heard of someone shooting someone, they survive and are willing to take the stand and they take it to trial. These types of things don't happen. When the victim is going to take the stand against you, you take the plea deal. And I just want to say this. I talked to some of Tory's people. He was offered a 2-year plea deal early on, which he turned down.
You know why he turned it down? Because of it gets him kicked out the country.
Okay.
Right?
It's better than prison.
But
the U.S. is not the only country in the world.
To debunk what Tony Yayo is saying,
okay,
when you got somebody like Tory Lanez, who's not a street dude. Tory's not a street dude, right?
Right.
And you're telling him he did something that he know he didn't do. He doesn't understand the probability of what's gonna happen and what's gonna happen to him. He doesn't understand. Like I would take a deal in a situation that I know I didn't do, but I'm understanding how this shit is looking and my criminal history and what I could get versus you telling me you gonna give me 2 years time served, some probation, and I keep moving. I'm gonna jump on that, right? But when you're telling Tory he shot this woman and he's like, no, I didn't, right? Yo, she's gonna take the stand. So what? I didn't shoot her, right?
That works if he's going to take the stand as well.
No, he's never supposed to take the stand.
That's not true.
Bullshit.
That's not true.
He's never supposed to take the stand.
Hurricane Chris shot a man in self-defense. Took the stand. I said, what did your lawyer say? He said, I don't care what my lawyer said. I am not going to put my trust in the hands of these jurors without at least telling my side of the story. He took the stand, explained how the guy was, walked up to him, was trying to reach for a gun in his car, had this big, huge, brick thing in his pocket, and so forth, and he had to shoot him in self-defense. Not guilty. You're free to go. Lots of people in situations, even more serious than this, take the stand and they walk away from it.
Listen.
If I did not shoot, if I did not shoot this woman and they said that I did, my lawyer would go kiss my ass. I am getting on that stand and you can cross-examine me all you want.
Listen.
People say, Tory didn't want to seem like a snitch.
No,
10 years
that
is
had nothing
better.
to do with it.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with it.
He already wasn't going to tell. He wasn't gonna do that for whatever. If he'd have did that, he'd be home free right now. Ain't nobody crazy. We know what the fuck's going on. But you got to also remember, Tory could be an emotional guy, right? This is why I said he shouldn't have.
Yeah, because he came at me crazy in the DMs. You would think,
Tory,
hey, let me not piss off this media guy.
Tory could be an emotional guy. You know this. Can you imagine one of those seasoned DAs getting Tory up there, and before they even came at him with the question, they picking at him.
Yeah, they're showing the gun tattoos.
They're picking
they're showing the altercation with Travis Scott.
And then by the time they come to the thing, we have an emotional Tory in front of the jury. I want you to walk with me now, Vlad.
Right.
Right? You're a different type of situation because you're going to get up there, calm, cool, and collective, and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the DA picking at him, Tory over anxious, because if you don't take the stand, he's over anxious to get up there, and the DA gets an emotional Tory and hits him with the question, you know you did it, and Tory flips the fuck out up there in front of the 12 jurors.
Well,
I get what you're saying. We're talking about Tory that we know. We're not talking about Vlad.
Yeah.
We're talking about Tory, and we know how Tory could get.
Right, but it couldn't have worked out any worse.
You don't know that because now they seeing, oh shit, he is aggressive, right? Think about it, right? So, but I still think he got grounded for 2 appeals, right? One overall, and they still never proved he had the gun, right? And they gave him a 4-year enhancement for the gun. Right? So if his legal team is smart, they're appealing overall, and they got appealing for that gun enhancement.
Look,
he get that gun enhancement kick, he still leaves the country. You knock that 4 down, he comes home.
Look, he got 10 years. I think it was very clear that there was some witness tampering going on because what's the name of the girl who took the stand?
How did he tamper with the witness?
Kelsey Harris told one story. After the arrest.
Okay.
Gets on the stand, tells a completely different story. Can't remember nothing suddenly. Who paid for your legal bills? I don't remember. You don't remember who paid for your lawyers? Have you ever had a lawyer and you didn't remember who paid for him?
No, you definitely remember that.
You see what I'm saying?
Shit. But how you saying that's witness tampering? Because I don't think if somebody was tampering with him, would want her to.
She definitely took the stand and said things that were favorable to Tory as opposed to Megan.
And she took the stand under what type of situation?
She was given a deal.
No, what kind of deal?
They wouldn't prosecute.
Okay, now.
So if you're not getting prosecuted, say whatever you want.
What would it be there? What would they be able to prosecute her for? They gave her some immunity, right?
Right.
Okay, but why would she need immunity?
Listen, did they fight over the gun? Did she have a role in this? Possibly.
Did she have gunpowder on her?
I believe her and Tory both had gunpowder, but that just means that it's in the vicinity. You could shoot someone next to me and I'll get gunpowder residue on me.
If you stand on the side of me, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying.
But the GSR was on the hands, right? The Prince, right? Was Meg really shot or hit with a bullet?
She was definitely shot.
With a bullet?
Yes.
In her foot?
The doctor, because I remember
Bullshit.
Megan the reporter came
man.
here. Megan the reporter who sat in on every... Listen, you and I did not sit in on this case.
Come on.
We're getting it secondhand, right? Did you go to trial?
Megan's trial?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Neither did I. But I interviewed someone that was there every day.
But I seen her clearly on stage.
The doctor showed up. They went through the whole thing. There was fragments in her foot. They had to get them removed.
Fragments or asphalt?
Bullet fragments, metal bullet fragments.
So what, it hit the ground and came back up?
Yes. That's what it sounded like.
And 7 days later, she's twerking on stage.
It wasn't a serious injury. It wasn't like her whole foot got blown off.
Yo, you're saying the bullet fragments are in the foot.
Yes.
So it was a ricochet.
Yes.
So it wasn't intentional.
I mean, you could see the blood.
But it wasn't intentional. Blood could come from glass. It could come from asphalt.
Right.
Blood could come.
Shooting, listen, if I shoot up the ground around you and you get grazed or whatever, I could say it was intentional. I wasn't trying to shoot or kill Wack.
Well, what if
he got hit with something?
But what if Wack had a gun and I'm getting into it with your security and you're on the side of me and you grab my hand saying, Wack, don't do this. What are you doing? What are you doing? And the process you grab my hand, the gun goes off, right? Boom, right? I don't know if the gun went off because we're wrestling for it, right? I didn't want to shoot the dude in the foot. I wanted to shoot the dude, right?
Yeah.
But the gun goes off. Yeah. GSR is on me. GSR is on you.
Yeah.
Bullet hits the goddamn ground. Ricochets a hit. Are you telling me that's intentional?
Listen, if that's really what happened, it's gray area. It's gray area. We don't know. But ultimately, the jury unanimously, if one person felt, I'm not quite sure, mistrial, start over.
The jury unanimously convicted Geronimo Pratt. He came back after 30 years. And the jury let OJ go, and he did it. So what we talking about?
I understand.
Right?
You can always find. No,
I give you one where it was innocent, guilty, and give you one where it's guilty, innocent.
Guilty, innocent. I know it can go both ways. I get it.
Right
listen,
now,
man, I don't know Tory. Me and him have never met. We had one DM exchange. I personally think he should have handled it a little bit differently, considering who I am and the voice that I have.
Yeah.
You don't want someone like me against you. You want someone like me in your corner.
So right now, would the jury convict Drake right now?
For what?
For everything they say he's guilty of. Right now, would a jury convict Drake?
Guilty of what? Pedophilia?
Everything that...
No, they would not. There's no proof.
Bullshit.
There's no proof.
They will fry Drake ass up
proof.
right now. Because those jury are people.
No.
Yeah.
There's no proof.
Right now, that
Drake
same
would walk
jury
free.
will convict the innocent Drake. All right?
What about Diddy? Now, is Diddy going to get convicted?
Diddy going to jail.
You're sure about this?
Diddy ass going to jail. But it's riding on the mule. That mule is key.
The drug mule dude?
That mule is key. You got to follow it. You got the people in Virginia saying they wanted some pink cocaine. By the way.
Tucci.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting away from it because I don't even know what the drugs are these days. I'm like, what the fuck is a pink cocaine?
Yeah, I've never.
Right? Whatever it is, right?
Any of that stuff, yeah.
They're identifying that a certain individual flew that in. Diddy called Abbott flew in. Right? Now, they're identifying the mule as the supplier. If that mule says, yes, I gave that individual that, they're going to pick that individual up they're going to put 10 to 15 years in front of this individual because they got the people on the other side already identified the call went and you showed up on the plane. If that mule says, yes, on that date, I gave this individual something, they're going to pick that person up, put a nice piece of time in front of them. That person is going to then say, I'm not doing that time, and identify that, yeah, I got a call, right? Once all that happens, that's drug trafficking, and you the kingpin, you who they trying to make Young Thug to be, right? Then you got the thing up there in New York, right? Which the feds gonna play with that because the girl was underage, right? So now the sex worker shit, I don't understand that because you taking care of somebody, looking out for somebody, and they fly to you and y'all have some sexual fun. I don't understand that, right? Because I guess everybody's guilty of flying the chick out, right, to Miami, beat me in fucking Atlanta or whatever. I don't know what that is. But if that mule flips, Diddy ass in trouble.
Well, let's not forget Cassie. Because Cassie, from what I understand, is cooperating. And if you understand the way civil lawsuits work, you could settle a civil lawsuit, fill out an NDA, agree to never do an interview, write a book, speak about it, whatever. But once, the law comes in, that's considered a personal agreement.
Yeah.
And a criminal case supersedes that.
But I mean, did he do sexual things criminal to Cassie?
See, I think a lot of that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I'm not agreeing with it either.
I'm just being real.
Now, listen,
I don't know about the domestic shit.
I don't know either. And look, she was with him for 10 years. Listen, she was there. She was obviously, I remember I talked to someone that hung out with her one day, and the whole time she was saying, hey, can you convince Puffy to marry me? I'm tired of this dating shit. Talk to him. Have him propose to me. Puffy don't want to marry anybody because he doesn't want to part with his money. I heard that with the whole male escort thing, that was kind of her thing. She would pick out the guys and everything else like that. The domestic violence. I talked to Roger Bonds. We interviewed him earlier, but me and him had a conversation about doing another interview, and he said, look, I'd be driving them around the car, Puffy'd be in the front seat, she'd be in the back, she would punch him in the face out of the blue. He would jump in the back seat, they would tussle, I'd have to roll the windows up and so forth, and it's like, people like to say domestic abuse is only one way. No, it's not. We've all had violent women in our past.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? We've all had violent women in our past, and you try to just get them off of you to the best of your ability because you're going to be the bad guy if you suddenly hit back after being hit a bunch of times. We've all had this. But the way it's viewed, you got a woman who seems like she hates your guts. And I've always said this, to all the men out there, when you're dealing with a woman, do whatever it takes in your power to let that woman be happy when she leaves. Don't ever let a woman be mad. Do whatever it takes. If y'all get into it and you don't want to fuck with her anymore, this is it. This is, after this, I will never see you again. I've seen all I have to see and I'm done. Do whatever it takes to have her walk out that door happy. I don't care if you have to apologize for some shit you didn't do. I don't care if you have to give her some money that you feel she's not owed. Take the blame. You're the bad guy. At least make her feel like she won. Because when she walks out mad, she'll get more mad and more mad, and she'll go talk to her girlfriend, and she'll get more mad after that. And God knows what she's going to do either now or years later.
That's real. And then if you continue to be successful, because remember when she left with the trainer, right? Nobody want to do no business with the trainer.
Yeah.
You fucking the client's wives and women, right? So next thing I know, we seen a GoFundMe up to help the trainer.
A GoFundMe?
Yeah, to try to raise money.
That's wild.
Right, to help the trainer. Now, let's paint the picture. Cassie came over there, an artist, bad boy, Puffy. Okay, great fit, things don't happen. She leaves, years later, Young Miami comes into play. Revolt, fucking podcast show. She's getting awards and shit, and she's sitting back looking at this shit hold on, that was supposed to be me on some type of boost, right?
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't much, but it was more than what she got when it came to, the career side of the relationship.
Wait, but that's not really Puffy's fault, because Puffy legitimately got her working with a bunch of big artists on his dime. Because remember the whole, the Kid Cudi thing was real. Puffy had her in the studio with Kid Cudi, and then they started to date. And then Kid Cudi's car blew up. You know what I'm saying? But, getting Kid Cudi in the studio ain't free.
Yo, Puff, I got to tell you this. Puff, man, look, I'm not into the pimp shit, but an old player rule is this. You gonna lose him the same way you got him. He pulled her from another artist.
Ryan Leslie.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you put her in the thing with Kid Cudi, right? Boom. Kid Cudi smashing. All right, you get her back, right? All right, so now you get her a personal trainer. The personal trainer smashing. Right? Now you got to think about it. It didn't matter how much extra loving Puff allowed her to have with their little parties.
Yeah.
Right?
Little freak-offs.
Freak-offs.
Yeah.
She still wanted some other shit. Think about it. He letting her get piped down while they doing whatever they doing, and she's still sneaking over here. Maybe she felt like, well, you paid the little male dudes. What's the difference because you paying the trainer? I don't know. The difference was Puff knew about these. He didn't know about that. So, Yeah.
I mean, look, Academics, our last interview, feels that Puffy should just come out as a bisexual man. And that would actually make the whole thing a little easier.
Man.
The no Diddy jokes will stop.
I'm not going to let y'all do that, man.
No?
Because Wack100 told that to the world.
Oh, you said that. Okay.
Puffy, I think he's just too scared to come out and tell the world he's bisexual.
Right.
He should have did it from the beginning. The community would have stood with him. Look, they extorted me because they know I'm in business with these people and this, my kids and my daughter, all this shit. He should have just came out as a bisexual man. I really believe Puffy's bisexual.
Yeah, I do too.
Right?
I do too. There's too many stories. There's that one dude, the fat Jew. He said he walked in on Puffy cuddling with Felix the house cat, like this gay DJ. They're like spooning.
Mm-hmm.
He's told the story a few times. Wendy Williams, when I interviewed her, she was fired from New York radio because she claimed on the air that she has photos and stuff like that. These photos, I've had some conversations with prominent people that we all know who they are that have seen these photos. And I'm not going to say what those photos are because I don't want to get sued too, but I'm just saying she even described getting burned at the stake, by talking about this. Listen, if you gay, you gay. In 2024, it's not even a big deal anymore, honestly. But
I mean, end of the day, I think I believe he's bisexual.
Yeah.
And he needs to just come out and that's it. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, if you watch your woman, well, no, I can't say that because Adam is my man. I was about to say, if you watch a woman getting piped down by a dude, you're gay. But then again,
no, did he watch it? Oh, the last one.
He had a threesome. No, he had a threesome.
With the guy that won the...
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was a threesome. He was there.
See, out of respect, I don't go watch his wife, bro. I swear to God,
I never... had to research it, man. Research purposes. For research purposes,
bro, you my boy.
I had to look it up.
You telling me you went and watched the session with his wife?
Yes. I've seen both of them. The one with his wife, with the Jason Love by herself, and then the threesome with, I think Lil D is his name, Adam and his wife. Yes.
Yeah, see, I've never pulled her up.
Yes.
I just...
Yeah. I didn't pay for it. I downloaded it for free. But
what?
Just saying, yeah, it's out there on the tube sites and stuff like that. And look, and I brought this up to Adam. I said, what did you think about that whole situation? He goes, oh, I like that. I enjoyed it. He goes, I was hard. I proved it, right? I mean, you can't deny that you're not enjoying it. You'd be soft.
So, what did you think, Vlad? Did you?
Not my thing. Adam is my friend. Like, let me tell you something. Like, Adam is sincerely, I consider him my friend. We have had no bad dealings with each other. I call him on a regular basis. He calls me on a regular basis. I was going through something recently, and I called him up, and he kind of helped me kind of work through it. So I'm never going to say anything bad about Adam. But I don't think I could watch a woman that I am into on some level have sex with another man in front of me, or much less join into that whole situation. I just can't do it. So
was the little D dude trying to outdo Adam?
No, I think they were both doing their thing. And, you know, she just got shish kebabbed in the middle there, like. They're shish kebabbing her. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like,
what did it for me is when she said she couldn't have sex with Adam for like 3-4 days after the Jason guy.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but okay.
Yeah, because she said she was stretched out.
I guess, yeah.
So I'm like, yo, Adam, like, what are you doing?
My concern with Adam is this, is that Adam is going so extreme with kind of breaking the ceilings and so forth that there's not too many floors left to go. And I asked him, I said, would you do something gay? He said, no. Would you do something with trans? No. And I believe him, but...
He's thinking about the trans.
He's, what?
He told me he's thinking about it.
Really?
He said he's thinking about the trans.
Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, he's doing pod right now. Hold on a second. I'm about to text him.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He told me.
Interviewing Wack.
Because he let Sydney Starr sit on his lap. I said, yo.
Yeah, no, we talked about that.
That's a trans. So, you know, I said, yo, were you? And he's thinking, he said, hey, it's a possibility.
Okay, let's see what he says. I said, interviewing Wack, he said you're considering doing
that's another man.
Yeah, trans is man.
But, you know, Adam's so crazy, you know, I think maybe the fake breast thing.
No, I don't, hold on. He's answering, I give him the 3 dots. He said, LMAO, fuck no.
No, see, he's capping.
That's what he said. He said, fuck no.
I gotta agree, he's capping. Yo, he said it. That's what I was like, yo,
is it
bro,
on tape, him saying it?
It gotta be. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna find it.
All right, well, listen. Adam, I got your back here. You're refusing to accept what Wack is saying. So,
listen,
you know.
First of all, I'm the one get scrutinized the most. Because I got to sit there with him hour, 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
And he's constantly sliding the shit or trying to insert that type of shit into our conversation, right? So they're like, yo, Wack, come on, dog, you Wack, you supposed to be, but you got to understand, I grew up playing football, playing sports, right? Any brother that has played sports, you understand your white boy friends. They're different. In the locker room, they play grab ass. It doesn't mean...
Not this white boy.
No. You know what the fuck I'm saying, bro. It doesn't mean to them, right? So when I'm dealing with Adam's a white boy.
Yeah.
And when he's saying certain shit, right, I don't take it literal because it's like, I just know Adam's fucking crazy like that. And the gay shit, bro, he did a whole gay photo shoot, bro.
Yeah, but he was trolling. It was April Fool's. He even called me about this beforehand. He's like, yo, man, listen, I'm about to do this, this, and this. Bro, you know, I got
It wasn't April Fool's.
It was April Fool's. The whole thing dropped leading up to April Fool's. He even wore like the thong in one of his meetings and everything else like that. It was April Fool's.
Bro.
I don't get gay vibes from Adam, man. I just don't. I just don't.
I think he's bi. I
don't get bi vibes.
No, I think Adam is bi-curious or open.
Nah,
it's possible.
I don't know.
Yo, man,
I
think one day Adam's gonna do his thing with a transgender and his wife.
Well, we will see.
So if he does do that, you'll stop being friends with him?
No, I'll still be my friend. No, like I said, Jason from Hollywood Unlocked is my friend. No, I don't care. You'll still be my friend, man. Listen, you'll be my gay friend.
Jason's gonna come. I got Jason coming to interview with us on No Jumper, and that's gonna be kind of different.
It's gonna be wild. Well, you threatened to expose some information about Offset involving some of the drama with Cardi B.
Who?
You.
No, I kept the exposure from happening. You know, I got phone calls from people outside of Offset. You gotta remember, I got relationships with people before my relationships with Offset. So I got Cardi called me her damn self.
Okay. Because you would put up a post. You said, at Offset, little weird ass N-word, I told you keep me out your emotional shit. It's your fault. You don't know the difference between a castle and a shack. What does that mean?
Cardi B, Chrisean Rock.
Okay. You're lucky I respect sis, or I'd get out the way and really let the exposure happen. Remember what you said.
Yeah, he's blaming me for what Blueface is doing. I didn't agree with Blueface for what he did.
What did Blueface do?
Well, he posted, I don't know if it was text messages, pictures, I don't know what it was, right? Of Offset and Rock, Chrisean, fucking around, right? I wake up to it. I guess it's on Twitter somewhere. I don't be on Twitter, I don't know. My phone's going crazy, right? It's Offset. He's telling me, only thing I'm hearing is Blueface. I call Blueface, hey man, what the fuck is going on? He's flipping out, tripping out. And I'm like, what did you do? And he said, I welcome Offset to the circus. I said, well, what is that? And that's when he told me, he put up some text messages showing that whatever night French Montana had his party out there, I guess they hooked up, right?
Chrisean Rock hooked up with Offset.
Exactly, right? And I'm telling Blueface, Nev, you can't. That ain't bro code. He said, I don't give a fuck. He want to be part of the circus, he part of the circus, right? Because in my head, I'm like, she's moved on. She done did this, and that. So at the time this happened, y'all not even together, right? So you keep going back to wherever it's working. So Offset's calling me because in his head, I can stop it, but I can't stop nothing I don't know about, right? Blueface is pissed off. He's on his mission. He want to be part of the circus. I'm gonna let his ass join the circus. So now, you know, I'm learning other things, right? So I'm all ready to fight with Blueface to try to at least control his fire. Like, yo, don't do nothing else, right? Offset's thinking, there's no way he gonna do that without you. Bro, I don't know nothing about none of this, right? And that's when he kept on accusing me. I'm like, I can really get out the way and let him go. And he can post all kind of shit, right? Don't mix me up in your decision making. Don't mix me in that. Now you called me, I called him. I done got into an argument with my artist to protect you, somebody he feels has disrespected him. But in my mind, good old Rock. It's the nucleus to the bullshit. Good old Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the nucleus to the bullshit, right? But he's like, nah, he wouldn't have did it if you wouldn't have greenlit it. Bro, I didn't know nothing about none of this, but I'm telling him, like, if you want me to, I could just remove myself and let him go, which I was about to do that until I got another call, and out of respect to that call, I stayed in there and contained it, because...
The call from Cardi B at that point?
Yeah.
Huh, okay. I guess I'm just wondering why any sane man, especially a married, famous, rich man, would mess with Chrisean Rock at this point in
and Cardi's
life.
call to clear it up, Cardi's call was just like, you know, at that time, I don't know if the world knew it, but they were separated.
Huh.
Offset and Cardi was separated. So when she called me, she wasn't in a frenzy. She wasn't crying. She wasn't all hyper. She wasn't any of that. She was like, yo, Wack, I really don't know what's going on. But, you know, I'm seeing things. I'm getting tagged to things. It's really not my business because we're separated at that time. And I think she came out after the fact and kind of announced that. Like, I'm not really caught up in that because we're separated.
Are they still separated?
Well, I don't know what they are now, but
Yeah, okay.
right after that, she went on her live or something and said it. So she was just letting me know, like, listen, there's no need to involve me because I don't want to be a tool or instrument in this because I'm already detached. So if there's anything gonna go on because they think it's gonna make me do anything, we're already separated. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they doing, they doing. She was real humble, respectful, you know. She got my number, I got hers. We called each other when we need to. I respect not calling her like that when her and Offset are together, because that's his wife. Me and Cardi been having a relationship before she even knew Offset. And when she want to call me and cuss me out, she will. She don't care. Like, she's gonna call me on my shit. And it's that type of respect there. So, you know, after that, I got a call. And she like, so I'm telling nephew, like, look, out of respect of Cardi, because I don't want no backlash going to her, because she's telling me I don't got nothing to do with none of this shit. Like, he's single, I'm single, right? Just leave it alone. Brother, she came in and helped your career, for real. You know what I mean? The Tatiana song, the video, everything she did for us. So out of respect to her, she ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Is anything she's feeling what you feel if we got to put her somewhere, right? And, you know, I didn't understand it, but that's what made me understand that Blueface is really in love with this woman.
Well, and they got a baby together now.
Because
So
me, I'd have been like, off with the bitch head, I'm gone. I'd have saw that, I'm really out of there. You don't even mean nothing. I don't even hear your voice. You can't even cry. I don't hear you. But he, you know, he in love with that woman. That's just what it is.
yeah, I mean, I guess, like, as a man, I know, and maybe this is just maturity talking, but I've always kind of been like this. Like, I know that if I get with Chrisean Rock, Superhead, Selena Powell,
They're gonna tell.
It's going to be front page news. It's going to, you know, whether right away or down the line, I'm going to be put on blast. Whatever situation I got at home is going to be, you know, under fire. It's going to come out because there's a history of the woman doing this.
That's real.
They did it before. Oh, I'm going to be different. I'm going to put it down so well that she going to be quiet. No, she going to do this girl. The ones I named have a history of doing this. It's going to come out. I'm going to join the circus, and I'd rather not. There's too many women in the world, beautiful women that look better than all these girls I'm talking about, that are fine with having a private relationship. You know what I'm saying? You take care of them.
I don't know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know nothing. You're saying that you know of women in the world.
I'm saying
What are you
throughout my
saying,
life.
Vlad?
Throughout my life.
I don't know nothing about what he's saying. I don't know if these women that are cool having a private relationship all day they know
Happens
you in a
all the time.
relationship.
You know, look at the, and we talked about this. Me and Gilbert Arenas had a long conversation about
You
this.
and who?
Gilbert Arenas.
You know my crazy ass homeboy?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a regular guest on the show. He was just here. Nick
God.
Young was here yesterday.
Yeah, I got some. I got some stories about Gilbert.
Good stories or bad stories?
That's my partner. Gilbert crazy as a motherfucker.
That's my man.
Gil-
No Gilbert slander will be allowed on this platform.
Listen, Gilbert know he crazy.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, no. Do you hear the story about the ring?
Fuck, bro.
He gave his ex a $400,000 ring and then realized he wanted it back, so he pretended to get back in a
What ex
relationship
he
with her
talking about?
and swapped the ring with a fake ring.
But no, Gilbert, who was he talking about? What ex?
Gloria Govan.
I don't think so.
Yes, he was.
And he's never been with Gloria. It's Laura.
No, wait.
It's Laura.
Laura, sorry. No, yeah. He was talking about
Laura was with
Laura Govan. Yeah. Matt Barnes. Sorry, I can get them two mixed up. No, he went and
Laura
got...
said that was cap.
Well, she could, but you know.
She said it was cap.
Okay.
She'd tell me bro, that's my homegirl.
My point when I mentioned his name was this. He said that when you look at the NBA, you rarely hear these girls putting these players on blast. Yes, it comes out every so often, but in the NBA, in the NFL,
that's
in
kinda...
Major League Baseball, you rarely see it because these girls, and you know, The Mariah Mills situation with Zion was very rare.
No, you're
and
right.
very messy, but it was very rare.
Right.
These girls are paid off nicely. They're paid to be quiet. They like their position.
Oh, no, that's real. I know
Hip-hop,
girls right now.
hip-hop is different. He's like, yo, that's some rap shit. Because these rappers like to use these girls to help promo them. You know, like, I don't think Moneybagg Yo would be where he is if it wasn't for Ari. And before her, Megan. Ari Fletcher makes Moneybagg Yo look bigger than he is. You know what I'm saying? Because the two of them together kind of co-promote each other.
So you think Ari added substance to his music?
I think they add
Or
the
his
visibility.
popularity.
The fact that she's always being covered and, you know, whatever, she's got her body done and blah, blah, blah. And the fact that they're together all the time and so forth brings a lot of attention to him that he otherwise wouldn't have gotten. She's all over the blogs all the time, every week and so forth. Do you think Shade Room would have Moneybagg Yo? Ever?
You might be right. You might be right.
It is.
I think Moneybagg would have still did his thing, but she definitely
Not like he's doing now.
She definitely was
Enhanced
enhanced
it. And a lot of times rappers use girls to enhance their situation. A lot of times these rappers' girls are like, you know, Fashion Nova models. Naming NBA player whose girl is a Fashion Nova model. You can't name one.
You don't have that. But I do know some NBA players to date, 20, 25 years, still taking care of some of the same chicks.
Yeah.
And they've never said a word.
Right.
This is a fact.
It's different. There's the implications are more serious. You know what I'm saying? One domestic violence tweet and suddenly your whole career's, you know, on the wire right there. So, you know, whereas like, you know, listen, if a rapper beats up his girl, yeah, it's not going to be viewed nicely, but he'll still have a career.
And the ones that tried to quick fling, like Kobe's situation,
Yeah.
those get exposed. The ones that are involved in that long term, I got you, yeah.
Exactly. I meant to ask you this last time. The video of you having a fight with those two white guys in the parking lot.
Yeah.
What led up to that?
I was in line. It was a dude behind me. He was like one of them Chargers. He was smoking his tires, right? So I kind of leaned out, opened my door, and asked dude, and this was another like Nazi dude, big beard, bald head. Yo, bro, I don't want you to run into the back of me. Can you stop doing that? He was cool. He was like, cool, no problem. The two dudes on the pickup said, mind your business, nigger.
Oh.
So most people in my situation, because they're somewhere nobody's there, they don't think nobody's looking, they would have just left. I done been to prison, man. You know, and certain things I hear is just I respond accordingly. So all I seen was the two dudes. So I made the conscious decision to deal with them just hand-to-hand combat. I didn't see the other four in the corner until the fight started. When I dropped the first dude. When I dropped the first dude, I saw them start moving my way, walking this way. So if I go to rushing this dude this way, that puts me closer to them because they're advancing closer to me. If you look at the video, you'll see once I got back to the Range Rover, you'll see like 3, 4 more people pop up, right, at the end of it. And, you know, you hear me telling them, y'all bag up. So that's where it came from. They called me the N-word, and I made the conscious decision to get out and just deal with a man-to-man. And that's where that went.
So basically you put hands on him and that's it? No one pressed charges?
They tried to press charges.
They tried to press charges?
I had no idea somebody was recording.
Yeah.
So by the time I get home, I left the scene. I ain't putting no Jim Jones. I'm out, right? So I left the scene, I get a call. Crip dude. Actually, I'm gonna keep it real. It was Stutterbox. The same dude that had lined me up prior to, right? Stutterbox calls me and said, yo, you just had a fight in the parking lot? And I'm like, how the fuck you know? He said my little nephews saw it and recorded it, right? So he sent it to me, right? So when I get a call from the people at the tire shop, because I know them, they said, yo, paramedics up here, sheriff's up here, fire department up here. They giving them statements. So I called my attorney, tell him what happened. He said it's gonna be your word against theirs, right? I said, well, they got a Primo Burger there. The tire shop say they ain't got no footage, right? Go ahead on, give them a call. He calls over there, Primo say they surveillance is down. Tire shop ain't got no footage. I said, well, they're sending me some footage now. Somebody in the parking lot was recording, right? And it's crazy how this works because, you know, talking to you now, I'm seeing something, right? How karma works. I sent my attorney that camera footage. My attorney then called in to speak to the watch commander and said, yo, you got a call on this street involving this? And I guess we do. They're out right now. He said, okay, well, I have surveillance of what happened. He wasn't the aggressor, right? So he said, I'm gonna send my PI down to see you. I'm not gonna send it to you, but I'm gonna send my private investigator down to see you, right? And then you let me know where we go from here if you wanna move forward with your charges against my client, right? He's like, they know, they got my license plate, so they know it's gonna come back to me eventually, right? So he's like, okay, we know who he is. We ran this plate. He fits the description from these guys, but we won't put a warrant out as of yet. We get your guy, 5 hours to get to us. My attorney sends the PI out there with the video footage. They see the video footage, see what it is. They call, they say, we're not gonna press charges. We're gonna leave it as is. But ultimately, if it wasn't for Stutterbox calling me and sending me that footage, it would have been my word against two white dudes' words. Because the story they gave was totally, they went Karen on me. They went Karen, oh man, black guy jumped out, man, and it's just what happened. And they said, he hit this dude and snatched me out the car, all this shit, right? I didn't hang around and talk to no police and get no statements about nothing. That's that Jim Jones shit. Gangsters, we ain't doing that. Contact your legal and you let your legal deal with that, how they gonna deal with that, right? But ultimately, Stutterbox from Main Street, the same dude who, attempted to lie me and the other shit, is the one that sent me the footage. And ultimately, thinking about it, that footage kept me out of court.
Well, I mean, you just mentioned Jim Jones. You accused him of snitching after the whole airport brawl?
So he ratted.
Meaning that what, he went to the cops and said, I didn't do it?
No, the cops came to him.
Okay.
He ratted.
What was ratting?
See, here's the thing, right? And this is why I tell the children to stay out of this gang culture. Don't come into this shit because it's a bunch of rules that don't make sense. It's a bunch of rules that's irrational, a bunch of rules that's one-sided, right? And so, but when you come into it, you accept these are the rules, right? Listen, man, you having a fight, the fight break out, cool. Soon as the cops get there, Jim Jones go to identify. They assaulted me. Both of them assaulted me. These words, right, they gonna go on the police report. It's gonna say, this guy such and such said that these two guys assaulted him. That ain't how it work with us, right? He wanted to make the party that night, right? Bro, you supposed to cuff your ass up, get booked in, make your bail, and then let your legal deal with it. This is the life of the streets. Now, what Jim need to do, he need to do what a lot of these other people need to do. Say, hey, look, bro, I'm 45. I'm no longer active. I'm no longer a part of that. Those people that want to fuck with me, but that's not my life. I'm living a normal life. And if Jim would have made that announcement a year, 2 years, 5 years ago, then you wouldn't have heard me say anything. If that would have been you, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have called you a snitch, right? Because you don't fall under these irrational ass, one-sided ass rules, right? That's driven by, selective politicking. Because guess what, Vlad? I want to see if you're going to keep it real.
Okay.
If that was Wack doing that, they rushed me, they attacked me, what would the whole world be saying right now?
I see what you're saying. They would say the Wack snitched on those dudes.
Straight up. And they selected politic, and I just hold everybody, you say you non-Trey gangster blood, this would come with that. He got real niggas be with him. His man Shooter wouldn't have did that. His man Shooter would have tried to get out of there, or if he'd have just took his cuffing, bailed out, and had his legal deal with that. You would have never heard that come out of his mouth, because dude really fall up under that. But it's a lot of these people playing with it because they using it for position, to make their popularity bigger, but they don't even understand the rules because they never even fell within the rules, right? So that's telling. The minute you go identify to the police anything that has anything to do with the commission of a crime, you telling. In this world, not in the real world, it makes no sense. I don't expect them to understand it, right? I've done time, been to prison, been charged with murders for shit I didn't do, and I know exactly who did it. Right? They running around on the streets having fun while I'm fighting their case. People will say, well, fuck, why he don't come tell him if that's your homeboy? Because that ain't how it go.
So you wouldn't tell under any circumstance?
Not gonna happen. The only time I will assist law enforcement, and I just had this happen. A guy had a BMW stolen, 2 houses down. I got a bunch of cameras on my house, the real shit, right? So they seen him, knocked on my door with the cops. Hey, this is how you got cameras. Can you give us the footage? I asked him one question. Was there a kid in the car? No. No child was in the car? No. I can't give you the footage. Now, if you'd have told me it was a kid in the car and I can help save that kid and find that kid, I'd have turned over the footage. You fucking with a kid. Now, on the flip side, right, I can come home, hear gunshots, see a dude running out, look him dead in the face, go in, and he killed everybody in my house. I'm not gonna give him the description of who that man is. I'm not gonna say a word. We gonna deal with that in the streets, period. It's not gonna happen. This is the irrational shit that we fall up under. And I don't expect people to understand it because they not gonna understand it. You gotta be really bred into this to fall up under that. We never know nothing. We hear no evil, see no evil, we speak no evil. That's just how it goes. With me today being a father, if I can assist finding a child, right, you're gonna get that assistance out of me. I'm telling the world, whatever you wanna call me, you call me. I'm a wolf, I'm gonna stand how I stand. As long as that I know that child is of light. If I walk in and child has no light, there's nothing I can do to help that child. I ain't got nothing to say about it. That's done. Whatever I could tell you is not gonna bring that child back. Now we move on to other things to deal with that. And that's just where I come from. So the minute he started telling, they attacked me, both of them, you telling. Like y'all heard him telling. It's no different than you hear Gunna, is why I sell a gang. Yes, he telling. You heard it. Cause if I would've did an inkling of any of that, Wack100 is a snitch. But because it's Jim Jones, and, a lot of the New Yorkers don't like when I speak on New York shit. Like, I don't speak on shit from everywhere. Suge Knight's from here. I speak on shit, Big U's from here. I speak on shit everywhere. Gunna's from wherever he's from. It doesn't matter. If it's in the blogs, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to get my personal opinion, and that's what it is. But at the end of the day, everybody knows if that would have been me, any of my artists, Gang, Blueface, doing any of that shit, right? Oh, they'd have labeled us a rat.
Well, you called Meek Mill a snitch over the academic situation.
Yeah, that was... You didn't see that?
Was that when...
You didn't see that?
When Academic's house got doxxed?
Fuck the house.
What happened?
I don't care about the house. You dox him, I have to deal with that. This dude, I don't know who he's checking in with. This dude put, after talking to the governor, my friend,
okay,
I'm gonna fall back off of academics.
Okay.
But I let him know academics is the guy that's behind a lot of my friends being killed.
Wait, what?
There you go.
I didn't know about that part.
Pull it up.
Who did academics get killed, man?
Bro,
come on.
Listen.
Hold on. Before I even look it up, who was academics actually physically harmed ever
Nobody.
in life?
This motherfucker said, listen, not after talking to my homie. Now they said after talking to my girl or my manager, he said after speaking to the governor, my friend, the mayor or governor of Philadelphia, right? I'm gonna fall back off of academics, but I told him this guy academics is the one responsible for a lot of my friends being killed. Okay, what we talking about, man? Whether it's true or not, you supposed to be on the streets. You mentioned it to somebody that's the elite when it comes to law enforcement, right? That this dude might be possibly involved in conspiring, right, in some motherfucking murders.
Okay, that's not what he said.
Read it.
Exactly.
Read it.
He said the governor called me and checked me.
Mm-hmm.
I took it down after I explained to him that this is the guy that powered the biggest rap beefs that killed some of my friends playing undercover. He's not saying that that academics got people killed. He's saying that he got behind, he popularized some of the beefs that with people ended up dying. It's a little different.
No. First of all,
it's a little different. You can't get charged for promoting a rap beef where someone dies afterwards.
Boy, that's conspiracy.
No, it's not.
Bullshit.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you something.
It's not.
Let me tell you something, Vlad.
Okay, so all the rap beefs I've been covering over the years,
Vlad,
I'm going to go to prison.
Tell you something.
I'm not going to prison.
If they had me on the phone, right, telling motherfucking, Kendrick Lamar, yo, Kendrick, check this out, right? Your boy whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, they over there talking about they did this, did that. Your boy whoop-de-whoop was the shooter. He dissing right now. And Kendrick then went over there and laid some shit down. You better study the law. I got a phone count and I got dry conspiracy and a conspiracy coming. This is a motherfucking fact. So the fact that this stupid motherfucker, he's another one.
Wait. Hold on.
Listen, bro, they gonna book my ass.
Okay, hold on.
That's a fact.
Okay, so you mean to tell me, okay, well, let's take a step back.
Let's say you tell me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna say. So let's just say someone sends me a Wack100 diss record, right? And I call you and say, listen, Tory Lanez just dissed you. I got a Tory Lanez Wack100 diss record. I'm gonna play it for you over the phone just so you can hear it first. But if you go and kill Tory Lanez, I'm somehow tied to this murder?
No, that ain't what he's talking about. He's talking about the Chicago shit when they was knocking motherfuckers down, saying we smoking on whoever the people is, right? He's saying Act was then called the other block, tell them because the people was sending Act shit. That's why I used to tell people, fuck all that. Them dudes is sending Act this shit. Act don't got no fucking readiness team sitting there with cameras. They're sending Act this shit. He's insinuating that the information that's coming to Act, then Act's feeding the information to the other people, right? And because Act's feeding it to them, they going back to kill the other people. You seen it. That's what he wrote. Bottom line is, what the fuck is you telling the world? Your friend, the governor, and you having them type of conversations. If you got a governor that's a friend, I got law enforcement people that I grew up with, right? One just texted me the other day. He just texted me the other day, bro. My friend, that's a motherfucking sheriff. He is a real sheriff, 20-something years, right? You know what he says? Can the camera see that? This dude is a LA sheriff. He says, diapers arrive. I got them, and again, thank you, bro. Much love and respect. He got twins. His motherfucking woman was having a baby shower. He knows his childhood friend has a diaper company, right? I sent him 15, 20 boxes to the baby shower. These are the type of conversations you have with your people in law enforcement. That's your friends. I'm not saying don't have them. It's great to have them, right? For whatever it is you're doing. But if you in these streets, you from these streets, you got to keep the shit right? You cannot cross that line, because now the question is, well, shit, if you have this type of conversation with him, what else you having? Now you got an open line of communication. Hey man, 4 people got shot over there in North Philly. You know something about it? How do we know you're not in, how do we know? You have to keep that barrier up when it comes to that. I'm not saying, bro, don't have friends in different places. I'm just saying, know what type of conversation I have with those people. So yeah, when he put that up and saying, yeah, you, that's dry snitching. Jim Jones is snitching. That's dry snitching. You are giving him something that he can possibly investigate if he wants to look into it. You don't never supposed to give law enforcement nothing that they can remotely look into, investigate on no man. See, Act could say that about Meek. Act could have did that. Nobody would have said nothing.
Yeah.
But Meek, you're the one portraying to be this thing, right? You can't. What he needs to do, because he's going into it looks like the lane of helping the people in jail and shit. Yo, Meek, fuck it, bro. Nobody's gonna call you a punk, a bitch, or none of that if you just say, look, bro, don't hold me accountable to the streets. And streets, I'm telling you, don't bring no street shit to me because I'm moving different. And then be that, but stop. Like Axe said, yo, bro, you talking this advocate, stay out of jail shit, but then your motherfucking music is preaching and promoting shit to motivate motherfuckers to do shit to go to jail. Correct me if I'm wrong, Vlad.
Yeah, man, listen, it's...
Come on, Vlad.
Street rules to me have always been insane. I feel like...
You're right.
They're set up by the top guys to insulate themselves.
And then manipulated and ignored.
You know, they utilize younger, impressionable people and brainwash them into thinking that the correct thing to do is to go do a bunch of prison time so the top guys can continue to stay out of prison. That's how I look at it. That's how I see it, from my point of view. And I'm not a street guy.
You know me. Street rules is designed to keep it in the street.
Yeah.
That's what it's designed to do. And when you keep it in the street, it ultimately makes the situation worse. No, this is real shit.
No, I feel you.
You heard me tell you this is an irrational way of living.
Yes.
I'm telling you that. That don't make sense. We got beefs that then started over little shit, women, fucking leather jackets, shit like this, and 50 years later, motherfuckers are still saying fuck them, fuck them.
Listen, I just had FBG Butter on my show. We were talking, I said, is there any chance that this whole GD-BD beef
bigger than
get over? He said it's a hand-me-down beef. It's a hand-me-down war, is what he said. A hand-me-down war. No one really knows why. But here we are.
This is why
GDK,
I tell the youth.
BDK, this, that, all day long.
I tell the youth.
FBG Duck is dead. FBG Brick is dead. It's a whole bunch of dumb shit. O Block 6 are all going to prison for life.
That's a fact.
It's no winners, all losers. No one knows why. Bunch of dumb shit.
That's it.
From my point of view.
When they get in there, their homeboy is going to go rob their spots, fuck their bitches.
Yeah.
Right? Try to turn out their daughters when they get of age. And try to make their sons be from the gang.
Yeah.
Hold the gun.
Pretty much.
This is a fact. This is why my children aren't gang members.
There you go. There you go. Have you ever met Keefe D?
Yeah.
You know him personally?
Yeah.
His lawyer did an interview recently and said, Keefe D is a liar. He made up all this stuff just to make some money from people like, me for interviews and to get out of a serious drug case. He was never in Las Vegas. All this is fake, and he's not connected to Tupac's murder at all.
Yeah, I believe him. You believe him?
Do I believe him? That's up to law enforcement. I'm not going to say.
Keefe D got a bail. He's supposed to be home.
That's up to law enforcement.
He's supposed to be home in the next month. I've been thinking about going to bail him out.
You going to bail out Keefe D?
Yeah, it's only $75,000.
Well, because it's $1 million bond?
Like $750.
$750, so you got to put up $75,000.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going to get him and what the stipulations that I do the series on it. People will watch it.
Yeah.
Last time we talked, we was negotiating the series on Baby Lane, the Orlando Anderson rights. And then my boy Big Bruce let me know I had to talk to Baby Lane's mom, which is Keefe D's sister, which I met with her in Long Beach. We talked for a couple hours. Actually, the day I met Keefe D, he was coming to see you that day or the next day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came to see you either that day or the next day. I met him that evening. He came to my studio, him and a bunch of his guys, and he's like, I got to go do Vlad. I don't know if it's that day or the next day. He was coming to do your interview. But I mean, at the end of the day, is there a way of proving that what he was saying was factual and truthful on the podcast? He's a street dude at Compton Crip, so maybe he was playing the people and just being an entertainer. I mean, after all, do we believe that Denzel Washington is a drug dealer because a crooked cop because we seen what he did on Training Day?
Hey man, listen, if he gets off, great. I have said this multiple times. Las Vegas PD called me a dozen times to try to get my raw footage, and I never responded.
No, you told me that.
Yeah, I'm never going to respond. I'm not going to cooperate.
Why
Whatever's out there, they can have.
Footage is already out there.
It's already out there. There's nothing extra. But even if there was, I wouldn't cooperate. In fact, this is kind of an interesting point. When we were recording him, because his co-writer was right there, they want to just take a break. They went outside. My cameraman looks at me. He's like, "The mic is still on." I said, "Turn it off. Turn off the recorder."
Well, not only that, a lot of your questions, the majority of them, came from his book.
All of the questions came from the book.
So if your interview is from the book, I'm pretty sure they have the book.
Exactly.
So
the book is on Amazon.
That's
it's selling right now. So, yeah, man,
now,
it is what it is.
What kind of book is it? Fiction, nonfiction?
I guess it's up to his lawyer to...
No, what is it classified as? That could bite him in the ass. We need to look that up. Is Keefe D's book...
Let's take a look.
Fiction or
it's
nonfiction?
Actually a very good... Let me see.
That could bite him in the ass.
Hold on a second.
You know the name of the book? You probably
it's called Compton Street Legends, Keefe D's Street Level Accounts of Tupac and Biggie's Murder, Death Row Origins, Suge Knight, Puffy Combs, and Crooked Cops. It doesn't actually say. You would think that it would be fiction if they're trying to...
It would be Compton Street Legend. It's authentic, a narrative, as you will find. Yo, that nigga Keefe D, hey boy, he good. He good. It doesn't say. It does not say, bro. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say. All right, you're gonna bail out Keefe D, huh? All right, that's gonna be. I guess the circus gonna open back up again.
Yo, doesn't say. So
you're really gonna do it? You're gonna bail him out?
I'm thinking about it. I got to take one more meeting. If I do bail him out, we got to get straight to it. I had him sit down with one of my writers, a guy named Doubles, already, that day. He sat down with him for like 3-4 hours. And one thing we do know is, he could tell a story.
Yep.
Whether true or not, it was believable enough to the fucking cops 28 years later, spent the taxpayers' money and came and made an arrest.
Well, I mean, speaking about that whole situation, you claim there's audio of Suge Knight saying Tupac was sexually assaulted?
Yeah, that's a fact.
In prison?
That's a fact.
By who?
We have the audio. See, this is the thing. Suge, and I tell him, leave me alone. Every time he do some shit, I spank him with some shit. Last time he said something, I released his pictures on the yard to show everybody what type of prison yard he's on.
What were the pictures like?
You didn't see them?
No.
I know you. Oh, man, you didn't see those on the Wack100 IG page? Man, the Wack100 IG, man, is crazy. You cannot miss my shit. Yeah, he be on there talking all the super tough shit.
I'm gonna follow you back.
Yeah, he talked.
You were blocked for a while, so Back when you and I weren't getting along.
April 28th.
April 28th?
And I put that one up, and everybody said, we don't know if that's Suge. We don't know if that's Suge. I let them talk shit for a day. Then the next day, I zoomed in and put the close-up picture of Suge so they, okay, that's him. But you talking crazy, you on the yard, and these pictures, see that picture right there? That only happens when you're on what they call a SNY yard, PC yard.
Okay, here we go. This right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look at that picture, right?
Okay,
you probably
where is Suge?
Suge's the top left.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Top left, right? So when they didn't realize that was him, I had to put up the close-up, which I put up the next day, right? So that's a sensitive need, George. If you look at that picture, you see a variety of shit, right? See a couple people from the community.
Yeah, there's women. There's one,
look
two,
at
three,
inmates.
4 women.
Look at the inmates.
But the inmates?
Look at the inmates.
They look older. white beards.
Usually when you see, us in those type of pictures, right, it's us in those type of pictures, right? You don't see us with people from the community and people that's from other races that's not how to, that's what you call PC, sensitive need, y'all, where everybody mix. So Suge got to stop fronting, right? Every time he play with me, I play back with him. He got one more time to play with me because he didn't told the world Wack don't know what he talking about, but you yourself, right, was talking about when he got sexually assaulted in prison. He know we got it. He knows we have all this shit. So, I give him a chance to let him make it, Ever since I hit him with that, he been kind of quiet. I got all kind of things. I hold them until you give me reason to use them. We are the exposers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I remember that was the beef over John Singleton not doing the movie All Eyes on Me.
That's why he pulled John off.
Because John was going to have a rape scene, a prison rape scene with Tupac. And
what kind of picture was his picture? It was about Tupac's life story, right?
Yeah.
John Singleton is only going to shoot based on what he has. You can't tell him a story. It got to be something that's been in the news, something that's been televised, or some paperwork.
Right. And the two of them were super close. I mean, in fact, I remember I interviewed the Hughes brothers separately, and I forgot which one said this, but they basically said the reason why Pac wasn't going to take a starring role in Menace to Society originally was that he wanted to be like De Niro and Scorsese, where the two of them always partnered together in all of these epic movies. So the two of them were super close.
He wasn't the enemy of Pac.
No, not at all.
It's the world we live in, though, bro. They act like people ain't human. Nobody said Pac was gay. But what we would question if this happened, should have been some retaliation. I've seen people or heard people when I was in prison, things going on in cells, new people come in, dude got overpowered. I seen him come out the next morning, get away the knife and bust dude upside the head, right? It's motherfucker 250 pounds, little dude, 120 pounds, just come in. Dude overpowered him, right? It happens like that, right? But we never heard of no retaliation going on up in there, right?
I mean, look, I heard that the TOs would fuck with him. I heard they would do cavity searches for no good reason and, just kind of fuck with him because, here goes the gangster rapper. He's the guy who hates the police.
That's prison.
Yeah.
But on the flip side,
I've never heard someone say that I know, this is what happened. Pac got sexually assaulted by another prisoner. I've never heard it. I'm not saying, but you're saying Suge. So you say that Pac told that to Suge?
We got Suge on recording talking about it.
Damn.
All you gotta do is call us a lie.
It'll come out.
That's all you gotta do. One thing people know about me.
Yeah, no, I know about you.
If I say, that's all you gotta do.
I know about you. What I'm saying?
All you
want to bet me over the Nipsey tape? I said, I'm not making that bet. No, I'm not. But but I've seen what I've seen.
No,
and I've admitted to that.
No, you was on point.
I've admitted to that. What? What I've seen wasn't what you described, but it was something sexual.
A still shot.
It was what?
You saw a still shot.
I saw a still shot.
He sent you a still shot. Yeah, he told me.
I'll never put it out.
He told me he sent you a still shot.
Yeah. Right? And, it's not what I'm into, but, it is what it is.
Did you still shot on the couch? Or
that was in the bed.
The bed?
Bed, yeah.
Him behind.
Huh?
Him behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I can tell you.
I got that. And the tattoos are all there.
Yeah.
It's definitely him.
Beard.
Yeah, you can see the beard. Yep. And I contacted the woman who was in that still shot also. Just let her know that
she ain't ever denied nothing. She keep it the realest.
She kind of denied it actually with me until I sent her a very small screenshot of her face just to say, listen, I'm not putting this out there. I'm just letting you know that it's out there.
You was trolling.
No, I wasn't trolling. No. This was me and her privately. No. I wasn't trolling.
Yo. You was, Vlad.
No.
That's the bull. Now, you want some bullshit.
No.
So listen,
No.
If dude sent it to you, then why you better say anything to her?
What do you mean?
Why did you even have to say anything to her?
Me and her were in some level of communication already about doing an interview, right? And we were talking, and as I've done this for a bunch of people that I know to various degrees. If I get something that crosses my desk,
got you,
and I know the person, I'll call that person up and say, listen, I just got this. I'm not putting it out, but you should know that it's floating around. And as someone I'm cool with, or especially if you're a friend, I just want you to know that it's out there, and I'm not going to put it out myself, but someone else may. So you may have to, if you want to go through, tell whoever you need to tell so they're not shocked by it. Because, you know, if it's something sexual in nature, this person has a wife or a girl or whatever, it's worse if they find out on the internet as opposed to like, listen, let me just tell you what's about to happen. So it's me kind of looking out. But I wasn't trolling. I wasn't whatever. You've never seen me post this picture.
No. I know you wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't do it. Me and Nipsey, we've interviewed. We've run into each other. We've had conversations. Cool dude. We were supposed to do another interview. Somebody blocked it down the line, but whatever. That's life. Like,
no shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's life.
Why would he let that? That don't even make sense.
I don't know, man.
Motherfuckers be getting personal, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't never supposed to let that get in the way of business.
It's business. Business is business. You've said some things about Biggie. You said Biggie was gay and he died due to politics on the East Coast.
Yeah, that wasn't. Nobody on the West Coast wanted him dead. That was business. All that shit come from the East Coast. You know, I got hit on Clubhouse. Like, I kind of like felt crazy. It was all those years, I rocked the Biggie songs, but I guess I wasn't catching a lot of shit he was saying.
He's had lyrics that were like, yeah, but don't you think that was just shock value?
Hey, listen, man, when you say, if you say, such and such did it, I'm gonna take, okay, he just identified what somebody did. But when you say, I would, right? And I got to look at you.
You look
like,
so good, I suck on your daddy's dick, that line?
Yeah, all that type of shit.
That's a Richard Pryor joke.
No. Just because somebody, and Richard Pryor is motherfucking bisexual.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So if Jason Lee says some shit
and I quote
that I know is gay, I'm not gonna say the shit and make reference to me. I would say, yo, Jason Lee said, right? He said a few things, and not only that, I remember that day on Clubhouse, because the New Yorkers was like, you know what, Wack, we can't deny it, but what about your man, I think it was MC Ren. Well,
You talking about the underage girl?
Yeah, he made and I missed that. He made reference to like maybe a 14-year-old girl. I got hit with all.
And she's only 13 as a hoe, but the girl sucked dick like a specialized. Yeah, that was a shocking ass lyric. Right. That was on the 100 Miles and Runnings.
Yeah, right.
EP, yeah.
So that day, I learned. I'm like, oh man, God damn, I didn't know Biggie was. Cause it's a bunch of different ones. It's about at least 4 or 5 of them they hit me with, right? And then I had the New Yorkers like, well, okay, fuck it, we can accept that. What about, NWA? And they press play. And I was kind of scrutinizing myself because I've heard these songs a million times and never caught it. But yet, a song like Lifestyle, I still don't know what the fuck they talking about. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, if I'm tired trying to get home, that's a record I can put on and play over and over and over again, and it gets me home. Maybe it's the production. So, yeah, hearing that, I gotta say he has some tendencies, bro. Like, I'm listening to it. Now we looking at Diddy like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know.
But you're saying he got killed over East Coast politics?
Yes, East Coast politics. That had nothing to do with us.
Can you go into any more details?
Let's just say...
See the wheels turning right now.
I'm going to say it like this, and it's going to open up conversation. DJ K. Slay taught me, he would say, what you put in the universe comes back 360, right? Mm-hmm. It's a lot of shit coming back on Diddy right now, right? And that situation had nothing to do with Biggie, but everything to do with another politic going on. At the time, Diddy's mama was dating a guy named Zip.
Eric Von Zip.
Big Zip.
Name always comes up.
Always comes up.
Always comes up.
Right.
Shout out to my man Bill Haney, who was just here. He knew him as well.
Yeah. Hey,
TK Kirkland was living with him at one
we
point.
was on the damn Straight Stud Magazine boat party. And he passed shortly after that.
Yeah.
But, it was things going on. The shooter was paid to do that, right? He's dead, right? And it was
the guy who shot Biggie.
Yeah, he's
And
dead.
you're saying you know who that is?
Everybody know who that is, right? He's sitting there.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
So can you say who it is?
He's dead. Named Poochie.
Poochie's a West Coast guy.
Yeah, but
One of Suge's guys, actually.
no, I can't say Suge's guy. He motherfucking.
Well, he was affiliated with
He a
Suge.
Paul Rowe, so we all affiliated in that case, right? You can't put that on him. Suge was in jail. Suge sitting in the motherfucking hole in Chino.
Okay.
He's a solitary confinement.
I've asked Mob James if he thinks it's Poochie.
Listen.
Mob James didn't deny it. He said that's the type of guy that would do those types of things.
Poochie was murdered.
Yes.
Right? Shortly after, right? But when it come down to it, some shit is just business. You know what I'm saying? It ain't personal.
So you're saying Poochie was paid by someone on the East Coast to kill Biggie?
Yeah, all that shit come from that way. Did nobody want to kill Biggie out here? Suge definitely want to kill Biggie. What? It's his beef music. He make his money off the controversy. He need him alive. I got to get somebody on the label to diss this dude, so this dude to respond. Ain't no social media back then.
But Pac's dead by this point.
Yeah, Pac's dead, right? But Biggie had nothing to do with Pac's death.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but the rumor is that Diddy has something to do with it.
They know.
According to Keefe,
they know. They know who they rushed. They know what that was.
Oh yeah,
right. Regardless of what they say, they conversations was with these people on that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it was clear cut.
Yeah, it wasn't like
clear cut.
This happened and then a week and 4 or 5 days later, some shit. This is all the same motherfucking night, right? So they know what that is. That one ain't got nothing to do with the other.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm gonna be real. Puff didn't want nobody dead. He just wanted some motherfuckers to protect him. Let's just keep it real. Puff wasn't trying to get nobody no bad to kill nobody. Listen, I need y'all when I come to the West Coast to have my back. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? So all that one ain't had nothing to do with the other. But, when shit get to working in the streets and, sometimes, people negotiating things, when one thing can't happen, they come up with something else that can happen to make everybody happy. So that was business.
Okay, so you're saying that
It's a motherfucker out here right now, if you give him the right bag, Vlad gonna kill anybody.
No, I know that. And in prison, it's even cheaper. I get it. So you're saying that someone from the East Coast paid this Mob Piru guy, Poochie, to kill Biggie.
East Coast politics, that's their personal shit.
Okay.
Everything
let me put it like this. The person who paid Poochie, is he still alive?
Everybody dead.
Everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead. Is nobody still alive in that situation?
Okay. Can you say who paid? Can you say who paid?
I mean,
Poochie?
I'm not gonna go that far.
Okay. Went pretty far.
Let's just say, karma's a motherfucker, man. You reap what you sow.
Last question before I let you go. NBA Youngboy hit with 63 charges.
I heard some crazy shit that he's free or some shit.
Well, I guess they gave him a $100K bond.
On the news, he already had the federal hold. 100K bond is on the Utah. Remember, he's on house arrest on a Louisiana federal case that's pending.
Yes.
He commits these other felonies allegedly in Utah, where it was 63 reduced down to 43, 48, 2 of them being guns, right? Okay, they bring them, which I guess the state picked up, not the feds. So him doing that violated his federal probation, federal hold for situation with the ankle monitor or house arrest. So I thought they took him back to Louisiana to the feds down there. So even if he comes back to Utah, they give him $100,000 bail, right? You can bail on that. You can post a bail. So it's active. But the federal situation that had you on house arrest originally
You violated that.
is still in place
Right. He's got 48 charges.
in Utah. So even if he posted a bail for $100,000, okay, bail's posted, feds is still gonna say, well, we already had you for the last 2 years on restrictions while you fight this case, right? But now you violated that with this. So me looking at that situation, people telling me he out. I don't know. I haven't seen he was out.
I haven't seen him out.
I don't think he's out looking at the situation because the original situation is still current. Unless the federal gun case he has in Louisiana has been dropped or dismissed, or they have lifted the restrictions to have him on house arrest, right? You can bail out all you want on the state case in Utah. That federal situation is still gonna hold you. So
Yeah.
I'm hearing people saying he's out,
No, I haven't heard he's
but
out.
I haven't seen he was out.
I don't think he's out right now, and the whole thing is a mess, man. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's crazy.
I know that house arrest is not ideal, but
That's ideal.
I'd rather be in a big mansion with all my kids, you know, with all my women and my
Yeah.
food,
And
watching
I can YouTube
movies,
and do videos and make
making
music.
songs, making millions of dollars. On my snowmobile, on my 100-acre property, than be sitting in a dirty jail cell with a bunch of men
Awaiting trial.
awaiting trial.
We talk, all day.
It's the worst thing ever. And you know, it's,
I think they said he made like 50 or 100 million one year.
I mean, he's got I feel like NBA Youngboy has the following every artist wish they had.
Yeah.
No songs on the radio, no big features on their own projects, and everyone eats the stuff up every time he puts it out.
Including his merch.
Including his merch. He's getting paid. Everyone wants him on their song. He doesn't care. He doesn't make pop songs. He's not worried. He just throws out projects. He doesn't promote them. He doesn't tour. And yet,
he hasn't done it yet.
he's the most sought after artist really out right now.
That's real.
Crazy. It's crazy. That's where we're going to end it. Wack100, man, always a pleasure. I definitely appreciate how our relationship has grown to where it is right now.
Definitely. I appreciate you. I appreciate your platform. Appreciate you pulling up to the 100 Side on Clubhouse.
Yes.
Tronics Network. Subscribe. We got a bunch of shows over there. Incredible Diapers on Amazon.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Is that your biggest business venture ever?
Yeah. Incredible Diapers on Amazon. Incredible Diapers Congo. Incredible Diapers Nigeria. Incredible Diapers Middle East. All coming by the fourth quarter. And shout out to my underside, my family and friends, and the queen of the underside R&B. We
I'm
out.
seeing it right now. Incredible Diapers, $35.20 on Amazon.
There we go.
There you go, man. Love to see it. Love to see it. Wack100, man. Until next time.
Vlad, that nigga Keefe D slick.